little son! Little son!
Hey, welcome to ChaoticCalling. My name is Starwind, and you're here to watch our Elsparia to Space campaign. Unfortunately, we weren't here last week because we could blame the season. We could, but my computer decided that it wanted some maintenance, and it took me all that weekend to get it fixed, and I was stressed, so I wasn't able to get the game ready for next week. But here we are. We're back, guys. We're back. We are live. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
We got Charlie.
Hello.
Hello there.
We got Fizz.
Hello, hello.
We got Kunai.
Hello.
And we got this strange looking person named Calliope.
Hi.
Alright, so last we left off, and maybe a little surmising on what I recall and what you recall, you guys can help me patch this together. It's been a couple weeks. We've kind of been talking about it off stream as well, but leading up to the events, you've returned to Shandora. You've had a conversation with the Shadows, the guild that is associated with the thieves, pretty much, you know, the big old thief guild, right? And making deals and also paying off all the arrangements for the shop that you inherited. And now you're able to make it into a legit shop and just put whatever you want in there. You're also trying to share the technology in secret, making sure that it doesn't get out to the public. So, like, you know, it's a controlled fixation where you want this technology to be distributed, I think was my understanding. If I'm wrong about that, correct me. But you're basically giving him devices to be able to reach you whenever he needs to. And going into business deeply by getting people involved like Shishe to help run, you know, like the books and, you know, kind of like get the clerical things going. As I said before, Shishe is an adventuring guild clerk who helps many businesses, associations that are related to the guild itself. And yeah, the Shadows just have a connection with her regardless. And you guys pretty much stayed the night at Professor Smithersmont after your night of treats at Masho Mitos. There was some tampering on the dropship door, like someone trying to use thieves' tools on a electronical device, and then they found out it didn't work. But other than that, I think that's like the morning, right?
Hmm.
What was our plans for the day, since it's just you guys for the moment?
Hey, Fizz, don't you think we should get those scrolls real quick before we continue on our merry way? Don't you think?
That might be a good idea. Definitely want to try and secure that thing. See, don't want people breaking in our stuff. That's not cool.
Yes, it would be a real shame if it went. Our dropship kind of went away again. Now that'd be very unfortunate.
While I'm
Yeah, I don't
thinking
want to
about
lose
it,
another one.
while I'm
Sorry.
thinking about it, everybody roll a d20.
Okay.
Let's get the rollies.
Yes, deck draw.
Yeah, I'll just remind everybody on Saturday, our last game of the year, it was a one shot with Shella, and you guys pushed us over the 100 mark on the crates. So thank you guys for the blessed year, and I promise not only to get the Radiant deck draw to the closed session, or the one shot, I should say, but also the next session that happened. And you guys are the next session. So it looks like this is going to Charlie. All right,
Yep.
Charlie.
Interesting.
Flip it.
Hey.
I'm almost positive that's a negative.
Yeah, I'm 100% positive.
Yeah, like I said, this is a radiant deck draw, so any negative cards that get drawn, we push to the side, and you get to draw again. I'll go ahead and flip
Let's
that
see
one.
what this one is. Hey!
Let's see here.
That one's good.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, star is pretty good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Make a double check. I might have edited this one though.
Mm-hmm.
You are now part of Team Star, and you must fight your way out of battling, and you must use 3 Pokemon to defend the base.
Ah.
What? What?
Dang.
No,
Gets a free familiar, right?
No. Yeah, 3
Oh.
of them. And they have their own little balls. No. Sorry. Increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score can exceed 20, but can't exceed 24.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so what are you gonna pick?
I already have a 20. Well, would I be able to put it in?
Just making sure I didn't edit star.
Would I be
Nope.
able to put in my 20 dexterity? I'm thinking.
Yeah, you could do that. 22.
22 dexterity. Lovely.
There you go. Yep, you've just become
Wow.
more of a burden to me.
Your AC has been increased. Lovely.
Yeah.
Mine
Two of us.
increase.
Yeah.
It's
so
two
that-
of us with a 22 stat now. Let's go.
All right.
Woo!
Congratulations, guys. So I'm just trying to get everybody incorporated here. Meanwhile, Calliope, you've been spending the day with Shishay after registering at the Adventures Guild, would you say?
More or less, just wandered in. This is where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm a duckling following Shisha around. Anything she does, I just mimic at this point. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, she just kind of like quietly moves, and then whenever she has something to say, she tells you in this lifeless voice, just devoid of any emotion. And this is where the guild goes to have drinks afterwards. You can go ahead and check the boards here for any adventuring task. It also helps if you're part of a guild that's already established outside of the
Bag of
adventuring
holding.
hall.
One weapon.
And apparently...
Plus 1 armor granted.
Apparently you're getting spammed with a lot of stuff from Dixper real quick. Let's see what we got. Gain a piece of gear. Gain a shiny new toy. Let's see, what is this actually? Plus 1 armor, plus 1 weapon. What else?
And a bag of holding.
And a bag of holding. So, Calliope, you get a plus 1 weapon, plus 1 armor, and a bag of holding to add to your character.
Okay. The plus 1 weapon would be a. Could
Whatever.
that be a wand? The wand you mentioned?
Sure, yeah. Wand of the War Mage.
Okay.
Works for me.
Mhm. Oh, huh. Let's see, maybe that's. Yep, it does. Plus 1, wand of a war mage. Apologies, just taking a moment to put this in. From the stars I have been given gifts. Following my cards was the correct decision. They have not let me down.
Yeah,
And-
whatever. You hear she say as she keeps walking. As you're like sorting that out, and I think there was mention. I'm just gonna kind of like loop things a bit here. So, as you guys are traveling to go to the Arcadium, you run into Jefferson, who kind of like stops you in the middle of the street. And I'll grab his token so that we have representation that he's here. But Jefferson just kind of like stops you and says, hey, there you guys are.
Ah, Jefferson, it's good to meet you.
Yes, I ran into Shishay last night after our conversation, and especially after that little spat we had in the hall, in the alleyways and what have you. She should be meeting us here, but she's got a duckling that she's following. She said that this person was assigned to her to show around the city and stuff. I'm sure they're okay on the up and up. Who knows? But, they might need purpose. Who knows? But Shishay should be along here shortly. And about time he says that, he points down the street. Ah, there she is now. And Shishay sees Jefferson, Calliope. You see the group that's kind of like walking the streets. Over here, over here. says this drow, raising his hand and kind of like greeting you two over. And Shishay wanders over. So Jefferson, what is this deal that you had for me? And Calliope, as you kind of like walk up and see the group, you start hearing Jefferson just talking about the weather. Well, the skies are kind of gloomy and the moon's kind of like shifty and stuff, but you know, if it goes this way here, the crops will come up. It just sounds like random nonsense, but something like weather. Thieves can't. You would realize that they're talking about the deal that's being made and how it could bring in profits and stuff like that. And Shishay's just kind of like, And yeah, is there anything you guys want to do as that conversation's happening?
Calliope's probably trying her best to hide behind Shishay, and I don't know how tall she is, but imagine a 6'4", 300-pound, chubby furball just trying to hide behind this human.
4.5 foot
Alpha?
human. Yep.
Oh yeah, no.
She is short.
Trying her best.
Don't get me wrong, she seems tall and big, but she's a short girl. And this behemoth of a furball kind of like hides behind Shishay, and she just kind of like nods to Jefferson's remarks and what have you. What about the rest of you? Are you guys doing anything?
Well,
Go ahead, Fizz. Go ahead, Fizz. Go, Fizz.
no, Fizz is
Flip
just
a
like
fucking coin now.
he's
no.
gonna see them. He's gonna see them like, you know, doing their special little language that he has no clue what's going on, and he will look at Shishay and just go, yeah, Shishay, I heard you're the best bookkeeper around. I was wondering if you'd be a bookkeeper for my new shop.
It depends.
On.
She stares at the giant hiding behind her. Well, as you see here, I have a duckling with me. More of a behemoth of a duckling, mind you. New to the guild. They don't have a guild to belong to. So they are looking for work. And I was just trying to figure out what would be a good guild to assign them to. What are you guys
Pretty
up
sure we
to?
have.
Yeah, what are you guys up to?
You want to join the butterflies?
It's
We have plenty
nervously
of
flipping
space.
through
Yeah,
her cards.
we're a pretty nice guild. They wouldn't worry too much.
We have plenty of space. Not much going on.
Outlook, not so
Sit
good.
just right in.
Do you like the stars in space?
They talk to me. I'm an oracle of the stars.
Then this
what-
would be
what-
a perfect guild for you.
What if
Perfect.
Oh,
you
dear.
could travel the stars?
Just overwhelmingly just going to pull a card from the deck. What does the card say? Does it tell me to go with the group?
No, let's find out. I'll do another 8-ball. Most likely.
Okay, the stars agree with you. I should go with the butterflies. Hesitantly looking at Sisha.
She just kind of like looks over to Jefferson, getting the rest of the information, and if you're looking for something very lucrative, this would be a good choice for you, yes.
We can use some of your talents too. You'd be very useful, I hope.
Well, how do you even know what her talents are?
That's why I say I hope I
This
don't
is
know.
coming from Shishay. Like, Shishay is scrutinizing you
Oh,
right now.
I thought you were talking to me as a
No.
person.
You should tell by the monotone voice that it was Shishay. You don't even know
I'm
what she
sorry.
can do.
That's the whole fun of it. You know, get to know her, see what she does.
What can she do? Gala. Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, what can you do?
My magic comes not from the earth like my contemporaries, but the stars and the heavens are part of nature as well. I deal with the nature of the sky. I'm a druid.
I start nudging Fizz, shaking my head rapidly. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not
Nope.
sure.
And I'll look immediately as she's saying, "Go." So is that the deal? We take Calliope here and into our guild and run the books for the shop. Is that what you're saying?
Partly, yes. Of course, I do charge for my services, but I'll make sure it's well compensated.
Oh no, of course, of course, of course.
Well
What's
then,
your
How much?
price?
oh, sorry.
Yes. How much do you charge for your services?
My services varies upon how much is brought in. Jefferson just kind of like looks at you like, you don't ask a woman her age. You definitely don't ask how much she's worth. Not in that respect.
I'll look at Jefferson and he knows how I just pulled it. I'll be like, I'm just merely making sure that she's well compensated for her services, and if we're only in
Oh,
town for a few days and we'll
yes,
be on our
don't.
adventures, I wanted to make sure some payment in advance maybe before I leave.
If you wish to procure a advance payment, and this comes from Shisha, you can decide how much. But whatever you have to work with at your shop, I'll need to see the shop, see what you have to work with, and from there we'll decide. I mean, as your CFO, I will decide for you.
No, fair enough, fair enough. Probably be good to swing by there at some point while we're here too. Check it out.
Fair enough. Judging from what
Actually,
Jefferson's saying to me, though, I kind of am leery that you guys are capable of half of the things he's talking about. But I don't think this is the place we should be having these kind of discussions. Do you agree?
fair. Yes, it is quite open.
Then let us be to wherever you're heading.
Well, we were headed over to the mages to get a couple spell scrolls. Other than that,
Ah,
day's kind of
excellent.
wide open.
Excellent. I'll tag along. What do you say, Shisha? You come with? And yeah, Calliope, you're just kind of like forced to come with regardless.
That's been her
I'm
life so far.
Come, Calliope. We have much to do.
Excuse me. I'm gonna go and look at my OneNotes because I'm just basically going off of what's in the city at the moment. We are in Shandora, which is a very lovely city in my plane of existence here. The Arcanium is host to all kinds of magics. And most of you guys have been here once or twice, whether it be as these characters or in a different game. So we're heading there, correct? I just want to make sure before I open a scene.
Yes.
All right. As you make your way to the Arcanium Spellweavers, as soon as you enter into these doors, you are met with the hint of like parchment, inks, and possible like wood carvings coming from like maybe ancient staffs or what have you that are in here. And this elven woman with golden eyes, long brown hair with soft pink tips at the edge, kind of like looks over from a book that she's reading at the counter. And as you all enter into here, there's a little orb of light that appears above your head. Something that kind of like keeps up with you the entire time you're here, kind of like lighting up the area around you.
Mhm.
But you enter into Elverina's shop, and she just kind of like closes the book quietly. And I think she's had some dealings with you guys in the past, right?
Just last session.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm trying to adjust her demeanor because you know the default demeanor. Oh gosh, you're here to waste my time
Yeah.
kind of demeanor. Back so soon.
Oh yes.
Haven't had
And
time to look at the present you've given me last, but I'm sure you have other business, seeing that you brought some interesting company with you today.
Oh yes, no, nothing major. We just had somebody try and thieve us, and I was looking at getting a couple spell scrolls to secure some of our belongings.
Fair enough.
Make my job a little easier.
So, what can I get for you?
Looking for an alarm and a magic mouth.
Alright, so what levels are those?
Let me double check.
I'll look at alarm if you want to look at the other one. That is a first level.
Magic mouth is a second level.
Let me just check something here. I'm hoping I can find. See, if I'm not mistaken, 50 gold for cantrips, 100 gold for level 1, and I think 200 gold for level 2 will be sufficient.
Hmm.
Cool.
So total
So
300.
300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And he'll pull out his lovely stash and drop 300 on the table and be like, appreciate your patronage or businesses always. So
Appreciate your patronage, of course.
and I'll look at our newest member to join us and I'll go, now here's the benefit of being part of our guild, right? We're well funded. If you need anything, see anything around the shop here, this magic shop, catch your eye, whatever, now might be the time to go ahead and ask for it.
So where we're going, there's not much magic.
We'll find more technology and other things, but anything from this planet that you want, grab it before we head out.
Actually,
Hello.
out of character, I've never played in a game with a lot of magic items, so
I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not gonna find like legendary items just laying around in a shop. So like, there's uncommon netters probably here, and if it's even some uncommon items, I kind of have to roll to see if it's actually here because some of these uncommons I don't want out of hand, so to speak.
I would have two that I would want because I'm awful.
Mm-hmm.
A immovable rod or a decanter of endless water.
Why does everybody want an immovable rod? Seriously.
It's very useful.
Isn't
I
it?
want to see what they do with it.
Hmm. Oh man.
Oh, and my good friend Fizz, do you mind getting me a cloak of protection, please? It would definitely help me.
To make a DC 30 strength check, moving the fixed. Okay, so it can be forced with enough strength. Because I'm sitting here thinking, what if you use this rod in the spaceship and what have you? Like, is that going to do damage?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. So, like, that's where my main concern is. So, I will say, like, as a above table ruling, like, if you're using this inside of a spaceship or something to, like, wreak havoc, like, you know, forcing it through something, I'm going to say it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes with the ship. Yeah.
Technically, yeah, it would be attached to the ship location, but, you know, like, if you just put it in midair and expect it to fall back, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I'm just, like, saying, like, situations like that, I'm not going to let it do, but if you are inclined to wanting this object, I think she kind of, like, reaches from behind the counter and pulls out an immovable rod. 700 gold.
It's a lot of money.
Not really.
Not really,
and-
sweet.
And Fizz, you needed a cloak of protection, right? You were saying? Or not Fizz, sorry, Kunai.
Yes, my friend. It would definitely help me in my endeavors.
Cool. You have a cloak as well of Arena?
700 gold for that as well.
Also, I've been meaning to ask now. Would I be able to get slippers of spider climbing? I feel like that would be very helpful if we're trying to repair it inside the ship at any point.
That is a good point, my friend.
Yeah. We
I
never know when
like
we're
the
taking internal damage.
I like the idea, and he'll look once again.
I'm checking. The DM is a checking. You know what? I'll use
Yep.
the 8-ball. Is there a spider climbing boots in here? Reply hazy. Try again later. She looks and looks and just can't seem to find them at the moment. I don't suppose we have those at this time. I'm sorry.
Maybe we can make you some magnetic boots or something, or find some of those out there.
That's true.
But-
Gizmo
Yes.
might have some. Who knows?
This is worth a shot.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Yeah.
7, 7, so 14 for both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. He pulls out his bag, his little bag of holding, and he's just like, and let's see. There was 3, 14. Man, over a 2K gold from us today. That's pretty good, Elvarina.
I know, you guys have been very generous in honoring me with your patronage, so I suppose I'll have to tolerate you a bit longer then, won't I?
Yeah, well, you know.
It's not every day
Hoping
you
to
give
be
somebody a
hoping to
sweet
become
look.
your favorite artificer eventually.
Yeah. Yes, let's not discuss that you're an artificer very much, shall we? I can appreciate your gold, but you still know that science does not work here.
That's fine. That's why I travel the stars with it.
Uh-huh. I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, you are given the items that you have been looking for, and yeah, what else do you guys want to do?
Give me just a moment while I subtract our funds.
Calliope's going to look for who in the group looks the most responsible.
That's definitely
Yeah.
Fizz. I'm sorry.
Okay, going to go hide behind Fizz.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, that wasn't what I meant to roll.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, guys. It's not you. All of a sudden, you hear Alvarina saying, Jefferson, I'm fully aware of what you're doing over there. Yeah, you got me. You got me. All right. All right. All right. I thought I'd try. Good to know that it works. And he leaves the shop. Shisha just rolls her eyes and says, all right. Can we please go see your place so that I know what I'm dealing with?
Yeah, let's go over to the shop then and go check it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, you guys are Calliope just like, okay, it's just a normal day. We're still in town, right? They're not taking you anywhere funny yet. I don't know anything about space yet, right? And we're led to like the not the best part of town. It's the south part of town. It's a little bit run down. And actually there's like repairs being done to your shop, right?
Yeah, so I gave them like 500 gold and had a couple of Smithersmon's people try and like fix it up and make it, you know, presentable, like you can actually use and stuff.
Yeah. So
while I was gone.
the two assistants that you usually see helping him out are kind of like in the middle of constructing shelves, putting up mannequins to carry the mithril mails that you had produced or having produced, and also like setting up just tables to place things down, a little cashier desk in the back, and then like a little door that leads into a back room that's kind of like a workshop or whatnot if you need it. And yeah, Shisha just kind of like goes around and looks at the structure being put together. So not fully 100% ready though, right? But about to be usable.
That's what it looks like. Looking like come pretty good, you know. It's been about 2 weeks, so that's pretty good progress, I'd say, compared to what it was.
And the main point of sales is
So we have some mithril armor that's being made that we're going to do. We've got a couple items that we're looking from our different trade travels around town or around the stars. A couple things that we're looking at possibly bringing to the shop from technology, And then also, I could throw some funds in here, just like some starting funds to just let you work some magic with if you want. Um,
If you want to leave 1,000 gold with me, I'll see what I can do. And in about a
yeah,
month, I should be able to double or triple that.
easily doable.
And
The
the
armor
armor is noted to be yeah. She basically, and just kind of like get us to the good part of the game, right? She basically gets
Yeah.
all the detailed information from you. She starts a book for you and sets up the ledger and kind of like decides to stay here with the two that are working. And she turns to you, Calliope, and says, well, I hope you enjoy your adventure. I'll be here making money for whatever this group's doing. And if you ever need any help, you let me know, okay?
Thank you. May the stars give you good fortune. And mechanically, I know that this doesn't do anything, but she'll cast guidance on. See,
All
I
right.
want to say seashell. I don't know why, but seashell.
Shisha, yeah, I love it. Oh, Shisha, yeah.
Just give her a
Shisha by
little
the
guidance.
Shisha. Love it. She kind of like gets pat by you and she taps you on your hands like, all right, we'll take care of yourself. Oh, by the way, and she kind of
Hell yeah.
like turns to Kunai and Fizz and Charlie. If you hurt my girl, she just kind of like points at the ledger as if it's a threat.
Oh, trust me, we'll do our best to keep her safe.
No more incidents.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're not known for getting in trouble or danger, not at all.
Yeah, we're a totally safe guild.
All right.
I whisper to Fist.
Oh,
Is that sarcasm?
since you're a druid, do you like beans?
Oh no.
I'm gonna insight that.
Yes, please, by all means.
21.
He said that in a very nefarious way.
No, thank you. I had all my vegetables today. Please and thank you. She's just pleading look at Shisha like a lost, abandoned, kicked kitten.
Well, I mean, if you don't want anything to do with it, that's fine. But can't plant a bean on a spaceship, so maybe we plant a bean while we're here in town at some point.
Oh boy.
I do have water if we need it.
Are we starting a garden?
Sure. I'll call it that.
We can call it that. Could be that.
I mean,
don't know.
I could look at a bean and help.
Fizz
see-
will reach into his bag of holding and he will pull out a bean and he will hold it in front of her.
It's not the type of bean you want to be close to whenever
Give
it
me-
happens.
Clappy, you can give me a nature check if you want.
Sure, I was actually just going to cast Druidcraft on us, but okay.
No, you should probably do nature check
No.
first. Okay, do the nature check first, and then if you do a crap,
17.
you get the idea that this thing is beyond nature in the respect that if this seed was allowed to sprout, it could change reality in a very strong way. This is a bean from the bag of beans.
Have this. Why in the heavens does this exist?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah,
You
we
never-
have like a lot of them.
Yeah, we keep getting them. You never know what you're
Like,
gonna get.
Like I think at some point we had. That's what I think.
The
Think
DM
I was
is
told
going
that's
to
where
do
tree
a
it came from?
preeminent. I am going to do a preeminent beam roll. All right. No, worry
Sure,
about
at
it.
one point,
Now,
and Fizz eventually had a giant pyramid pop out of this. Isn't that
hey,
right
now,
at the
now,
very
no
beginning?
spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. However, if
I-
we are gonna plant this, we definitely shouldn't do it in the middle of town. We
Yeah,
maybe
how
go
about
out in the woods, away from a lot of people and structures and things like that.
Shisha,
Yeah.
Shisha, you know the last people I was with, right? You know my last location, right?
Yes, I am very familiar. As I said, if they do any harm to you, well, let's just say this store might not be around much longer.
We won't
Don't
harm.
worry,
We
there
won't
no
be the
harm.
ones doing the harm.
We won't harm you. Whatever happens with the
Hey,
bean might.
Fizz.
You know what? Shishay is now a little leery. She puts the ledger book down and says, tell you what, I'll follow along for now. See where this goes.
Perfect.
Are we off to the woods to go plant a bean, everybody?
Yeah.
Correct. Let's go.
Go.
Is that the plan? Oh my god. Alright, well.
I did not expect this, but here we go.
Alright, well, let me just copy all of you lovely tokens here, and I'll find us a forest, right?
I really just want to druidcraft it to see what happens outside of the ground.
Yeah. You could definitely do that. Definitely want to find somewhere safe, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright, let's see if I can... is this a good map?
Jefferson, come with us.
No, Jefferson went off about his own business. Don't worry about being deleted, guys. I'm just...
I mean, he could be with us with that 35 stealth.
You never know. He might be.
Actually, speaking
know.
of druidcraft, what's the distance on that thing? Is it a touch or is it a?
It's a touch.
Oh, it's a
I
touch.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
No, actually, 30 feet. I could do it within 30 feet.
Oh, that's even better.
There you go. All right.
Perfect.
I mean, I was going to druidcraft and just yeet and just toss it.
Oh, my goodness, you guys are cray. All right. So yeah, you're out here in the forest, and Shishay's just folding her arms, wondering what the hell you idiots are gonna do now. Making sure her new girl ain't gonna get in any trouble.
DM, I have a question. Could I technically shoot a bean out of my gun?
No, you
if I
can't.
put gunpowder
You would
and
destroy
everything.
it. Actually,
Yeah,
you might
you'd, like,
accidentally
blow it
plant
up.
it in your gun, and your gun would be destroyed.
Ooh,
Dang it.
no, not Desperado.
Yeah, let's not do
So-
something silly. Like, if you want to do something like that, you need a slingshot, not a gun.
This will look at Calliope and be like, "Hey, do you want to do the honors?"
Okay.
First,
Guidance on myself.
tell me where
right?
we're putting the bean.
She's going to toss it into the air and druidcraft it to see what happens.
Oh.
Are you sure
You
you
just-
want to do that?
Oh,
I'm going to
hang on.
All right.
You announced this is how you're gonna do it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, a Fizz would be like, I would like to get some distance first. If you're just gonna do it right here, let me back up just a little. And you see him just slowly
Yeah.
start walking away.
Yeah. If you're gonna do that, I'm just gonna back up a little.
She's
Yeah.
going to toss it about 30 feet away. Like,
All right,
like-
what direction are you tossing it then? That way? Okay,
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, so she's going to toss him at air, and once it hits like right here 30 feet from her,
Uh-huh.
she's going to druidcraft and book it the opposite way.
All right, just give me a strength check to see how far you can chuck it.
Oh, that's my
Mhm.
best score.
It sure is, isn't it?
10.
I say
Fellow -1 strength haver.
it's all right. It lands about 25 feet away. Like, it almost gets to where you want it. And then you
Yeah.
cast the thing. And in midair, this giant beanstalk sprouts growing up, and all of a sudden the base of it slams into the ground. There's a giant earthquake, and it just reaches up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and then it just disappears into a cloud.
You're gonna climb that?
I want to climb it now.
We don't need to climb it. We have a spaceship, or we have a ship, everybody.
You're right, my
What
friend.
is a
We have
space-
spaceship?
You have a
Oh,
What is
what?
a
wait.
spaceship?
Oh, you'll see. It's very
Who's
cool.
gonna
See.
fly the ship?
I can try.
Samuel's there. He's there. We told him to wait there. Don't worry about it.
NPC pilots, remember?
Pretty sure we
Well,
told him Samuel to go there. It's okay.
all right. So we're bringing in the dropship, right?
Yes.
All right. So you guys head back to Professor Smithers' spawn, and they take you to this. Do I have this? Where do I have the dropship? Might not even have stats for the dropship, do I? No, I probably just
Don't
have
think
an
so.
art token for it. Well, I have no idea where it is. It's got to be in my library somewhere. But anyway, they take you into a ship. It's a metal object that has sliding doors on it, and you guys are able to. Oh, here it is. Found it. There you go. This is the drop ship that you guys have. And basically, you guys are all invited inside, I suppose, right? And Shishay is still with you. Let me put this to the back so you guys can actually climb on it. Alright, so... yeah, and Samuel's up here driving somewhere, who knows. And you guys want to fly up to the beanstalk, right?
Correct.
Alright, so here's what happens, right?
Hold on.
As you...
What's gonna happen with the tradition of the barrel roll with new people?
We're not doing that right now.
Wait.
Alright.
You're not a pilot. You can't decide to do that now. Haha. At any rate, as you guys fly up into the clouds where the beanstalk protrudes, it just disappears. Like, not the beanstalk, what have you. Like, the beanstalk looks like it gets cut off completely at the top, right? And then it just nowhere to be seen, and you guys are able to enter, like, the space in the atmosphere, right? And it just looks like the beanstalk doesn't look like a clean cut, so to speak, when you get to the top, but it looks like it went through something. But because you're in this ship and not on the beanstalk, you can't go through it.
No.
So we do have to climb it. Let's go.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, this thing has a requirement here.
No. That's fine. That's
But
fine.
that was still a fun
And-
little ride, right?
Can we like where the tip of it is? Like,
Yes,
can we
you
try and
can. Yeah,
climb
you-
it from there?
Yeah, you can do
Like
that.
out of the ship.
Yeah. So, Samuel moves the ship over to the side and gets the doors open, and Shishay just shakes her head like, "You all are idiots." And she doesn't say that, but she's just got that. She's got that look on her face. And then you guys have the door open, and you're all trying to jump over to the beanstalk, right?
Yep.
All right. Do I make you do acrobatics or athletics? Yeah, let's do that. And it'll be a group effort, so average. You just need to get a good average.
That's a good average.
Yeah, you can use acrobatics or athletics, whichever works better for you. Alright. And let me roll for Shishay. She says she's gonna follow you, idiots. And I think like as soon as you kind of get there, Fizz kind of like starts to trip back, and then like Charlie and Shishay grabs an arm and pulls you back up to the leaf, and then you're all kind of like on this big leaf that kind of like goes up to a stalk, and there's this incorporeal space above you that you could still see it shooting up from this angle, but when you were in the ship, you could not see the top of it. So you still see it shooting
Let's
up
go.
a bit.
Yep, let's go.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
It's Mario this shit.
Maybe I need to use my kittens to help us get advantage of this roll. If we're climbing.
How
Mario
much
doesn't
out?
have anything on us.
I'm just gonna go with what they got on the card. Like, I could make this anything I want, right? But I kind of like the ideal that as soon as you appear out, we're just Jack and the Beanstalk in this now. There's a load of clouds, and as you kind of like crawl out, you're coming out of a hole where the Beanstalk protruded through, and then like you could feel out towards the cloud like it's a solid surface, and you feel like you can climb up enough on the Beanstalk to jump onto the clouds. And as
Yes,
you
Kunai jumps on the cloud.
yeah, you jump,
We
you
don't
all
have
Right.
to roll that.
Yep, you shoot your short bow at the clouds and it pops and everybody falls. No.
Didn't even roll that, sorry.
No, as soon as you jump onto the surface of the cloud, there's like a pathway of like smooth over clouds that kind of like lead to a giant castle. And when I say giant, I'm not talking like a giant castle for humans. I'm talking a giant castle for giants.
Yeah. I was gonna walk up next to
Ooh.
Kunai and go, hey Kunai, are your rogue senses also tingling? It's
Oh,
like,
no.
Giant castle, giant gold coins.
Yes, exactly.
So
This is the
giant
best bean we've
guards.
gotten yet.
I guess we should druidcraft all of them?
Not yet. Not yet.
Also-
We got this one.
You're handling every bean from now on.
Wait, no.
Don't worry, it's a prestigious job.
It's a very prestigious job. Oh, God.
As she gets off the beanstalk, she thanks it and pats its little leaves and tells it to be a good little beanstalk. Because she can talk to plants.
The beanstalk gives
hopefully-
you a high five. With one of its leaves.
Fade Fizz, she can talk to plants.
This is even better than the first thought.
Yes. I know what planet we need to go back to.
Yeah.
We got
Hey.
seeds to collect.
Alright, I don't have a map prepared, but you kind of expected that, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you guys are on top of this giant cloud leading to a giant's castle, and you guys got to tell me what we're doing here. What are we doing?
We have to sneak in, right?
Yeah. And
You guys
Sneaky.
want help with that?
I mean, I think that
Always.
Kunai would need to know. And especially Fizz, knowing he's
Alright, so you cast
Yeah.
Pass Without a Trace on everybody?
Yep, plus 10 bonus to dexterity for everyone, and I
I
will
love
use.
druids. So nice to have one in the party.
Attack still with the hood.
Dexterity
Friends.
stealth checks.
Yeah, going to be snooky.
Well, if you guys are going to be sneaky, give me a stealth check as a group.
My hood is up, so advantage.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
31.
Yep.
34.
Try disadvantage for everyone's side.
Hold on, I got Shisha to roll too, don't I?
Yep, add plus 10.
25 or 27 or 25. Yeah. Either way, yeah, you're all pretty hidden, and you got like there are bulges of clouds that are like spilling upward like trees in a way, and you guys are managing to kind of like use that for cover as you approach closer to the castle. It takes you a bit, like maybe 5 minutes to get to the actual doorway leading into the gate of the castle, and before you there's this big old stone construction of wall that reaches up about 70 feet tall, and the gate itself, like the wooden gate, is about 50 feet tall, and it is currently closed.
Are there any cracks we can slip through?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation, actually.
Sure thing. I'm gonna use a recall because I'm calling it.
Really neat.
Advantage. Okay.
This is where Kunai, or not Kunai, but King Ku get killed.
Dang.
I'm hating that fucking recall.
Ooh, 21.
All right. 21, yeah. You search and just barely there's a crack in the door itself where it seems to have weathered down a bit, and it looks like there's enough for like a human size to get into. And you can probably wedge through and get in there. Yeah.
Like gesture to everyone, come. I found a way in.
I thought we were going to go to space today, guys. I didn't think we were going to check.
Yeah, we
There.
there. Land again.
This is how it happens.
It's alright.
Try to third hidden through the crack.
Yeah, everybody goes. And yeah, everybody can go through the crack. Like, there's no check to make.
Okay.
Well, okay, I take that back. There is one check to make. Like, furball, little bit bulky. Just give me a good.
Yeah, she's chubby.
Yeah, give me an. I don't know, acrobatics or athletics. I'll let you pick.
May I
6.
provide some help
She's
action?
stuck.
Uh oh.
Hold on.
You
Hold
guys
on.
can do athletics to kind of like help pull her through it, or you can buy her advantage, whichever you wish to do.
There you go, Callie.
Callie has been bought advantage. Go for it. Reroll.
Okay, reroll.
Yep.
21.
There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. You squeeze through by the manipulation of time, and you're able to get through without any problem. All right. And now you are inside what looks like a giant courtyard, and this courtyard has like grass, but it's all cloud colored, and trees that are kind of like cloud colored and what have you. And it's just a big old courtyard, and there's like a white maze of like, you know, like that those rose gardens that they have with the maze cut into it, or you know, like where you go over to the second gym in Pokemon Scarlet Violet and you have that little maze where the sunflowers are hiding. Yeah, there's a big old maze like that that's kind of like leading up to the front of this castle.
Do we get lost in the maze, everybody?
I'm good at direction.
Magic 8-Ball, can I make it through?
I mean, sure, shuffles the deck.
Uh-huh.
What did the card say?
Well, let's find out. Outlook good. You think you
I
can?
know magic.
Yeah, you think you can make it through with them?
Okay. Would it be a survival check to see if I can direct my way through the maze?
It could be, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, Calliope is going to just take a breath. With a little bit of determination, like the little bit of tiny vertebrae she has on her non-existent spine.
Uh-huh.
Take charge and try to find a way through this maze.
Sounds good.
And should I roll a survival check?
Yeah, if everybody's agreeing to go through the maze with you, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fizz, I don't think she has one of our thingies.
Eh?
I think she has one of our thingies.
What thingies?
Don't have an earpiece. She doesn't have an earpiece in case she gets lost.
I mean, you guys are coming, right?
Oh, you know, if we ever get separated, in case there's something that lives in this giant thing. So I tell you what. I set up a psychic. Can I set up a psychic connection with you so that we can talk to each other? And I don't want you to get lost in case something happens.
You guys are really
Okay.
confusing and strange.
Yeah.
We can also just make a makeshift child leash. I'm pretty sure we have rope.
No. She's not a child. She's an adult.
I wasn't
let's-
speaking for
Years
her.
old.
As you're
Let's
all
just
kind of
stick
I wasn't
together
speaking for her.
as you're all kind of like having this conversation, there's a loud footsteps that are being heard from within the castle itself.
Right.
But it's within. You don't hear it outside.
Okay, like I said, I'm gonna. So I have your permission. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, I just kind of like put my finger on her head, and I put a finger on my head, and I set up a psychic connection with her.
I'm not going to be mean. Can you reach her head?
You bow down.
You know, because okay, now you can speak to my mind, and I'm gonna push my finger on Fizz's head. Okay, you can talk to her too.
Damn.
You want to talk to her too in your head?
You're all a bunch of crazy idiots. You know that. Shall we go?
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Shisha that said that.
Okay. I touch Speckles' forehead, and she can talk to her too. I can do that many. That's fine.
Who's Speckles?
Who's Speckles?
Oh, my bad. Charlie. There you
The
go.
second time you messed up my
Charlie.
name.
Should make
Charlie,
you a
I'm
wisdom
sorry.
saving throw to see if you go nuts, huh? Anyways,
Alright, let's go. Onward.
Go. Survival check. 21.
Alright, yeah. And with each weave and turn within this location, she is able to lead you through, no problem, and you are on the other side of the wonderful maze.
Yeah. It helps to be able to talk to the bushes. They know the way.
Could talk to clouds?
They're plants, kinda, right? Cloud plants.
They haven't
Yeah,
said a word to
sure.
you. They haven't said a
Yeah.
word to you.
She's kind of used to it, and she has voices in her head doing it.
Yeah, you
So
guys
now
are-
that we're on the other side of this maze, about that loud stomping we hear.
As long as we avoid it, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Tiny. He can't smell us or anything.
Bum. I smell the smell of a dum.
Well, there's only 3 dumb, so I've not counted here.
I'm pretty sure Gillian.
I am extremely intelligent. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm very intelligent.
I wonder which one he's not talking about then.
By the
About
way, Fizz's
19.
head is actually slightly enlarged and doesn't quite look like it fits his body.
Jeez. Some of these people
we
have
should-
had strange modifications.
Oh, I should still have Pass Without a Trace up, so if we go quietly... Back to
Yeah.
stealthing?
If we need someone to scout ahead, I'm more than willing.
Same here. Do I see a crack in the door?
You are the crack in the door. What are you talking about? Give me an investigation. Yeah, you have to literally have to feel around for these. I mean, this door might have a itty bitty crack, but you have to crouch down and squeeze in, and it doesn't
Advantage.
look like... Oh, never mind. How about you re-roll that then?
If it's small, I could.
Okay,
That's the same.
as I was saying, you yeah, you can. It's kind of like you have to squat down. You have to, hands and knees, and it might be a tight fit for Calliope, but the rest of you should be able to get through, no problem.
I'm a small
Can I-
creature.
Can I see through the crack?
Yeah, you can kind of see through to it. Like on
No,
the other
actually, that would-
side, there's probably a marbled full floor that you see within. And that's probably about it. So about 5 seconds later, a giant foot steps in front of the crack. And then walks away.
So you still up looking ahead with me, Kunai?
Let's go, Speckles. Let's do our job.
Who's Speckle?
Charlie, I keep seeing Discord. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry.
Look at roll 20 then, dude. Jeez.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, Charlie. I have amnesia. It's okay.
Don't get caught, you two. Don't get in trouble.
I have the. You're amazing. Catch me.
Alright,
I still... apologies for interrupting. How much
Yeah.
longer on the Pass Without a Trace?
It's an hour long, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you lose concentration or decide to quit concentrating on it. So
Nope.
yeah.
Going to just focus on that. I was wondering if I had a half hour left or how long it took in the
Oh,
maze.
you're probably like 10 minutes in. I'll give you
Okay,
50,
you
I'll
guys-
give you 50 minutes.
She'll just tell them that they have 15 minutes before the spell runs out.
Alright, let's be. And I guess Kunai would like.
You'll what?
Would like. He'll like peek his head. He'll like peek his head through like the crack to see if the giant's anywhere nearby.
Give me a perception check. The giant literally stepped its foot about 10 feet away from you and is currently walking towards away from your location. Like it seemed like he went up to the door, did his little speech, and now he's heading back towards the kitchen or whatever's in the back area.
Alright, Speckles, we gotta make it quick. Come on.
Again?
You did it again.
Allie, chat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me
It's
make
hard
sure
to
Kuna
ro-
can do it again.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to roleplay when you don't say the right name. What are you doing, Charlie?
Hold on. There you go. When you look at
Charlie, damn.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
That
no
helps.
problem.
That helps
I'll
so
change it
much.
for
Thank you. I appreciate
Visit.
it.
Charlie's gonna try it out. If there's like any thing that they can hide behind.
If there's any what to hide behind?
I'm guessing there's giant furniture that him and Kuna can
Yeah,
hide behind.
I mean, you could probably hide behind a giant armchair that's kind of like sitting in the living space, and maybe
Let's
even
see,
hide
you wanna
underneath
start
it.
check?
Oh my god! I just realized what else can be in here. Okay.
Yeah. I want that to
Uh-oh.
be. That's why I'm excited.
I'm sure you are.
You
I'm guessing
sneaky.
stealth check time.
You already have a stealth check, unless you want to break it.
I am my 30.
Yeah, like, far as you know, you're still hidden.
With the perk of blending into the floor. It's wonderful.
Alright, look, you make it in there, you're underneath the sofa, or the love seat, or the armchair, whatever have you. And, like, what are you doing? Like, like, you're scurrying around, you're being sneaky, and that's about it. At this point, that's all I know. So what else do I need
So
to know?
Kuna, what should we look for?
Let's look for some valuables.
All right. Let's see. Detect magic. Would that be fun, everybody? See if there's anything around here.
Did
Sounds good to
you
me.
go with them? From what I heard,
Oh, I'm
only
sorry. That's
Char-
right. They're
yeah,
scouting ahead. Yeah.
yeah, Charlie
They're
and
just scouting
Kunai
ahead.
scooted off on their own, from what I heard, right? Yeah. So yeah. I mean, in case I missed it, I wasn't sure, but I've only heard those two go forward. So yeah, those two are in there and trying to find treasure. Question mark, quotation mark. So, tell me how you try to search for treasure in this giant castle. That would obviously take you days to get from one end to the other.
Good thing we have, with all of our stuff, we get 90 feet of movement. With our action or bonus action. First off, can we see anywhere that looks like it can store valuables?
There's a giant end table that's just next to you that if you were to climb up it, it's probably about 40 feet up in the air on this giant wooden thing that you can climb up to. Looks like a little end table with a drawer on it. That's probably as tall as you are. By the way, this is the giant you see stomping around.
Keep an eye on. I'm gonna try to go up there.
Yeah.
Chad's gonna start trying to climb up.
And as you're kind of like scurrying around underneath the sofa to get to a part to start to climb up, you feel something furry next to you. And then you hear a squeaking noise as a giant rat just kind of like looks in your direction.
Sing the hood is up.
This little light of mine.
You're just gonna sing hymns to the giant rat? It's
No,
gonna attack you then.
I'm just gonna slowly inch away. I don't think it
Kunai,
sees
your little light of mine has alerted it to your spot. 13 to hit.
Kuna, you there?
Kunai? I suppose the little light of his was DCing. Did we lose Kunai?
Let's see. Kunai here.
Nightmare, are you here? Nope, we
Oh.
lost him.
Nope. There he is.
Well, there you go. The rat killed him. And just
What
like that,
rat?
Nightmare, the rat devours your innards and you are no longer alive.
Oh, that's a darn shame.
Sure is.
Wow.
What?
Dang. I hope
Alright.
he chokes.
All right. Well, okay. So here's the question: are you singing, or are you walking away from this rat? Like you kind of just said, this little light of mine. And it's like, what does that mean? Like, what are you doing, Nightmare? Make sense so that I know what I can do here. Otherwise, I am going to swing at you because that's what you're saying, right?
I'm walking away.
Do you say
okay?
this little light of mine? What'd you do?
No, I don't.
All right. That'll work for me. That'll work for me. I'm just saying, dude, you got to make sense. Otherwise, I'm just not going to figure out what to do here. All right. So there's this end table that you guys want to scurry up, right?
Mhm.
Athletics checks to climb an end table.
Oh no, that's my least favorite stat.
Well, I'm sorry, but in order to pull your weight up, you have to use strength.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Where's my athletics?
What are we even doing here, guys?
I'm being thieves.
Uh-huh.
9 go through. Does a 9 do it, DM?
Hell no, I don't. I don't even see it yet.
Mhm.
You're not
Okay.
even logged in on my side. What up?
I'll reload.
You're gonna have to.
Anyone want to help me with that?
Hmm.
Yes, we can help with that.
I don't think it's
There you go. Now you're here, Kunai.
There you go. 20 should get
Plus 10 to next roll.
All right, 20
Thank you.
athletics. Okay. What about you, Kunai? Reroll.
Yes. I'm loading character sheet. Give me one. Athletics. There we go.
There you go. Here.
Ah! I think
You-
someone else needed that 10.
Yeah, so Charlie makes their way up, and as Kunai gets about halfway up, this groove, you just get the oily part of it, and your fingers slip, and you start to
There is-
fall. Well,
Advantage.
re-roll. Really, guys? Can you just do this a little bit sooner?
14. That should be better.
You manage to fall backwards, but somehow wrap your leg around the leg of this thing in a way to kind of like suspend yourself, and then you are slowly able to catch up to Charlie.
Mhm.
There is a drawer that's not quite open, shuts fully into the end table. I'm curious how you plan to open said drawer. Maybe let's see. Maybe I can give you some idea of what I think you see here. Let me see if I can do that. I want to draw a shape. So let's look over here to the right, right? The drawer kind of like looks like something like this, and then there's like a handle right here, right? And I want you to imagine, well, I guess you're a 5-foot square, right? So you
Yeah.
get the picture, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are like hanging out up here. Hold on, we can actually move your tokens over there now. So you guys are literally hanging out up here. And you got to figure out how to open this drawer.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You have a crowbar.
I do. Wait, yes, I do. I have crowbar.
My plan is that okay, Charlie. So we're gonna put the crowbar in the little crevice. You know how drawers have like little crevices. We're gonna pull it. We're gonna pull a little bit, and we're gonna try to like wedge it in and try to open a little bit, and then we just slide on in.
I think one of us should stay out here just in case.
Yes.
Yeah, let's
Alright.
do the plan.
All right.
So,
Yes.
Before we do this plan, should we telepathically alert the others of that rat? Should we
Yes,
let
yes,
them
yeah,
find out?
No. We don't want them to die. And plus, we got a new friend.
Oh, true. And your friend could talk to the rat too, so yeah. Probably best to alert them.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure me and Charlie would telepathically tell them that there's a rat down here and it's awfully large and it's probably going to eat them if they come near. So be careful.
What? Okay, sure.
What?
So you want us to come in? Is it safe to come in? Or are we still just waiting out here? What are we doing?
Proceed with caution.
Yes, just to proceed with caution, and if you can prevent the rat if it tries to attack you, go ahead.
Try to look out for
A
the
friendly
giant.
rat!
Out my head.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't think it's a
Oh,
friendly
sorry.
rat. I don't
No,
think
it's
it's
not you.
friendly.
No, you-
Just
it's
keep
not you.
expectations low when trying to befriend it.
Sorry, I'm just getting mentally bruised here by everything that's happening.
Anyway, on
Uh-huh.
to our plan.
Alright, so what are we rolling?
How am I getting inside?
Yeah, well, okay, you guys are rolling athletics with advantage because you have a crowbar.
Ooh.
But this is a giant
Mhm.
dresser. And as you go to wedge at it, nothing happens.
Hmm.
Would a +10 to that roll make anything happen?
I don't know.
Well, we always can try.
Depends. Who's the one that was actually rolling it?
It doesn't matter which one. They're both the same.
Well, actually, yeah, that was with advantage. Oh no, up to you. If you want to use it or
That was
not.
the one with the girl bars that maybe Charlie.
Why not?
Gotta burn them somehow,
Plus
right?
10 to next roll.
So with a 29, DC was 25, you managed to wedge open this drawer about enough for a human form to fall into. Keep in mind that is
Okay.
still a drop to get to the base of the drawer.
So, who's gonna drop down? And who's gonna have the rope tied around their waist? Is the question. Nakuna.
Do I see anything large to tie a rope around?
Give me a perception at disadvantage because it's still pretty dark in there.
No, like outside, like on top of the jaw area to see if I can put a rope around it and tie and slowly descend into it.
There's a candelabra that's as tall as a cathedral on the table, I guess. Not a
Kunai.
cathedral, but it's pretty big.
And if I may suggest something, since
Hmm.
we're so telepathically linked,
Hmm.
and I think I'm the only one of the both of us that can see in the dark, maybe I should go down first, tell you what's on that, and we decide from there.
Very well. Yes, you can. You can see in the dark, so that would be useful. Go ahead. I think there's a candelabra right over
Let's tie
there.
the rope first.
There's a candelabra we can tie a rope around.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so let me tie the rope and you keep the drawer open real quick, okay?
Okay.
So Kunai is gonna go over there and tie some rope around the candelabra and gonna see if it's long enough to reach to his good friend Charlie.
Well, how much rope you got? You should know.
Depending
50
on the path,
feet
you
will
get 50
reach
feet.
easily. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The
Yeah, it's
thing
fine.
is, you haven't gone anywhere with it yet. So, like, okay, so tell me your intentions, how you plan on tying this off.
I am going to just go around like one of the like little legs of the candelabra. I'm gonna wrap it around it and do like a 6 knot. I'm not
Alright,
letting this thing go anywhere.
That'll be 10 feet of rope right there.
Okay, and rush over to Charlie and say, hand me your rope real quick.
We'll pass him his rope.
Alright, so then I tie I tie about 6 more knots on the end to the like connect to them,
Out of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
and I bring it over to Charlie. This should get you down there.
Give me a dexterity roll. No save, just dexterity.
So that's
Okay.
the rope for me to use.
Yeah, this is for Kunai, and I need 2 of them because you have 2 failure points now. Okay, 1 more. Okay.
Oh,
Reroll.
Hmm?
Oh, reroll.
Advantage.
Reroll.
Okay. Try again.
Please.
watch it feel worse.
Please.
All right.
Yes, fine, thank you.
So these knots look like they're tangled up enough not to come undone. Charlie, what do you do?
Charlie will tie the rope around himself as well.
Uh-huh.
To try and make sure,
Dexterity?
just in case he needs to get junked out of there.
Yep.
A dexterity check.
Yep.
Oh,
You,
it's
you,
decent enough.
you
Try
think
to
it's, you think it's good enough. So what do you plan to do next?
And down into the drawer I go.
Okay. So are you
Thanks for my
just
digestion.
chucking yourself in there, or are you finding some way to slowly scale down? Like, I need to know
Trying
your
to find
plan
a way
of
to slowly
entry.
scale down.
All right. Just trying to
Feel
get
like
your...
that's a drop.
Yeah, that is a drop. Give me a perception check as you get in there, then. Let's see here. There seems to be 3 ovalish shaped objects in the back of this drawer. And then on the side of the drawer, there's like this big oversized book that's just kind of like sitting there.
I'm gonna go see what's at the back of the drawer.
You land down, so that's 5, 10, 15 feet of rope used plus the 10, 25. Or, well, yeah, out of 80, 15 feet has been used, right?
It would have been 100, but then I uncounted the.
Yeah. I'm
that
with
was
you.
used.
I'm just saying, like, out of the 80, now you use 15 to get down, and you'll probably have to use the remainder just to get to the cylinders in the back, if that's what you're trying to do.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, I mean, you can easily untie yourself, it's whatever. But, yeah, you
Yeah.
see these 3 oval-like objects, and as you get closer, you realize they're like giant eggs.
Huh.
Now,
Like, you did that tra-
whenever I say they're giant eggs, they are twice the size of Calliope.
Oh.
And they extend to about, like, if you were to set it up, right? Like, this thing's probably like 10 feet tall and about 10 feet wide. Yeah, I guess that'd be about right. It's pretty, I mean, it's got the egg shape, but it is huge. Like, it is twice the body size of you, if that makes sense. So it'd be about 15 feet, maybe. 15 feet tall and about 10 feet wide.
I would telepathically ask Charlie, well, what's in there? What's in there, my friend?
You always feel like this weirdo keeps eggs in the drawer.
Eggs?
They're like, they're huge.
Y'all find
Okay.
anything good in there?
There's eggs in the drawer.
Eggs. Why does he keep eggs in a drawer?
I don't know. I need to check this book as well. 'Cause there's a little book down here. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, if they're giant eggs, they gotta hatch something.
You looking at the book?
Yeah, I'm trying to read the book.
Well, just because you have dark vision doesn't mean you can make out the colorations and, you know, the design of the book. So unless you have a way to
Yeah.
create light, all you know is that the shape is of a book. A giant book.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm.
I tell you what, you give me perception with disadvantage because there is a little bit of light shining in here.
Yeah.
And we need to make some progress. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you can't see you're gonna have to produce light if you want to see what this title is.
Charlie will take out one of the candles on his back and carefully light it to make sure it doesn't burn anything.
All right. So as you light the candle, the eggs in here reflect the light, and it is super bright in here. There's like a golden luminescence coming from the drawer now. And
Oh.
on the binder, you see chilled touch.
A man of culture, I see.
Yes.
Kuna, I think these eggs are more than we first expected.
And as
What
you turn to
are
look
they?
at the egg, kunai, just to reference this, a golden light is shining out of this drawer, and all of a sudden you hear a shifting motion, looking in that direction. Oh, what's that light? And that giant is coming over in this direction.
Charlie, put it out now, put it out,
Charlie
put it out,
he puts it
put it
out.
out.
You guys got you guys got 1 round to figure out what you want to do in this moment before the giant is upon the drawer.
Kuna, I know it's probably a bad idea, but get down here. Talk to the others if we're in danger. Come on.
Okay, Kunai is going to use the rope and like slide down.
All right, just
And then Charlie's gonna hurriedly bonus action stuff.
all right. So yeah, you get down in here. The light fades. You're inside the drawer, and you're gonna make a stealth check in here, right?
Yep, just in case he tries to peek in.
Yeah, I think the light broke
And I have
your
my hood up
stealth,
too,
so now
so
you guys.
granted.
So where are you hiding at? In
The cloak allows you to blend in and stuff, so be behind the eggs probably.
all right now.
Anyway.
I'm just trying to get a
behind the
reference.
eggs.
All right. So there's a panic, and then this giant meaty hand grabs the hand of this drawer. I need the two of you to make an athletics saving throw not to fall over, and he yanks this drawer out, and he starts checking on his eggs. So make the athletics check.
I'm gonna recall.
Oh, thank God.
13.
Kuna, you fall on your ass.
Yeah.
And kind of breaks your stealth for a moment, because these eggs, they start rolling with the force, right? And you were kind of like hiding behind them. However, like Charlie, you're able to scurry behind the book, and Kunai tries to make it over there, but is unable to, as he kind of like falls flat from the force of the book, the drawer being pulled back, and all of a sudden this giant reaches down, grabs the 3 eggs to check them over. And let me just see here.
While this is happening,
Fee, fi, you're fucked. And starts to reach
Hey,
out
wait,
for
wait,
kunai.
Wait a minute, please wait a minute. Please wait a minute. I'm
while
blind.
this is happening,
I'm temporarily
Fizz
blinding him.
and Calypso are getting the most panicked sounding. Mayday,
Temporarily
mayday,
blinding
wrong.
him.
Okay.
Blinding him. He can't
Uh-huh.
see me.
Okay, straight 26.
Jeez.
26.
That destroys the whole drawer, doesn't it?
Well, here's the thing. Like, he's reaching in there after him, right? And he tries to get him blind through Dixper, which still went through. But yeah, here I am. I'm trying to alleviate. Like, I'm just using the greatsword for the attack itself, because, yeah. How much damage would that be? So you take 13 points of damage, and you are grappled. And you are currently being pulled out of the drawer with the ferocity. And he's got you in his meaty palm, and he's just looking at you, and only your head is the only thing sticking out from his hands. What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm just a humble traveler. I'm just looking around.
Squeeze, squeeze.
Have a proposition for you, my friend. I have a proposition. Proposition.
He's kind of getting ready to throw you. You're right by
Okay.
his ear, but he's got you in a throwing position, right? Yes, what's your proposition before I throw you out?
How about I leave calmly, and I never come back.
Persuasion.
Okay. Okay. Kunai is on the brink of death here. Let's see here. Where is it? Please get me. Where are you? I found it. DM. I found it.
Natural
Found
20.
it.
Uh-huh.
Found it, DM.
So he goes, sounds fair. And he still throws you out the window.
I can't fly.
No, you can't. And this is a 40-foot drop.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Does the window happen to be anywhere near us and we see Kunai
Oh,
come
yeah.
flying out the window?
Yeah.
You would see him thrown in that direction depending upon where you were, right? Like if you were watching from inside the groove, you would have seen him flung from inside. He goes out the window, and as soon as he's flying out the window, yeah, you would see him being projected outward from there. If you were on the outside, still waiting for everybody to come back for you. And his screams definitely let you know he's coming out the window.
Okay.
Just, is he within 60 feet? Or will he be within 60 feet at any point before he hits the ground if I start running towards him?
Yeah.
Essentially, intentions is I have feather fall, so if I see Kunai flying, I would like to try and use feather fall to catch Kunai before
alright.
Kunai hits the ground.
All right, yeah. So you hear him flying out, and yes, you are able to go ahead and make that reaction.
All right. Telepathically, as I'm Kunai, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the eggs get flung back in the drawer, and they hit with a solid dong 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 dong. It kind of like rolling away. That kind of like one of them bounces against to where Charlie's trying to hide, so like Charlie's kind of like stuck behind the egg and the book as the drawer slams shut, and the giant just dusts his hands off and goes, "I knew I smelled something funny," and walks away.
Can Callie do something strange?
We're here for it. Like nothing normal today. Go for it.
Cool. Is it a double door or a single door of entry into this place?
I kind of imagine as a giant. We could say double door.
I have a immovable rod.
Here we go.
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can wedge it in a way that both doors can't open.
I mean, the giant does get to make a strength check, and he's probably the only one that can actually make it, to be honest.
Yeah, but it would.
I mean,
You're right.
yeah, no, you can do it. You can
It's
do it.
worth a try.
It's worth a try of it would give us like an easy, quick escape for a second, because we're not going through the door, we're going under it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you like put it up there like as a foot stop, right? Like it's still low for the giant, but it's above your head or something like that.
Yeah. Basically,
And-
I'm just wedging a chair under the door.
yeah, pretty much. No, I see it. No, okay. So you slap your immovable rod. If nothing else, I might help get this out of your possession. Anyway. So yeah,
I will remember it,
I will
because I
too.
can turn invisible.
All right. So yep. So you slap it up there.
Mhm.
And what's next?
Okay. So there's no point passive trace just dropping that, because they've been found. I don't need to concentrate. So Kunai, Fizz, and I are outside, as well as Sishay.
Yeah, she's just kind of like rolling her eyes and shaking her head. It's like I don't even understand why I'm here.
Hey, Kunai, any reason for us to go back inside, other than to rescue Charlie?
Charlie's alive, and he's probably gonna need some help. Besides the giant golden eggs, you know.
Okay.
Giant golden egg.
Yeah, you know, in that drawer, there's giant golden eggs and he Really likes those eggs.
Well, yes, they're made of. I'm curious if they're actually magic eggs or just eggs, egg-shaped gold.
Get me
Weren't
up
they-
there and I can find out.
I can
God.
get inside with a stupid way.
How much stupider can we get today, guys?
Oh,
Misty
so
step, my
much.
friend.
Look, this is supposed to be a space adventure, but apparently we're playing Jack and the Beanstalk right now, guys, so bear with us.
We'll get to space.
You gave us magic beans! What did you expect?
I was expecting the mausoleum, to be honest.
Yeah, I was expecting something else.
Yeah, no, I was actually not expecting a beanstalk to come from a bean, but
Yeah.
who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed? You got that one. But yeah, so what's the intention, guys? What are we doing?
I guess we need to get inside to get Charlie out.
By the way, DM, can I stab myself?
Sure.
Thank you.
Don't promote self-inflicting wounds. Just to be
Yeah,
clear,
you
audience.
might want to clarify.
Is there a
It's
reason why you're...
healing.
Oh, stab yourself with the healing stick. Yeah, why would you say it properly instead of making it sound like you're cutting yourself on purpose?
Oh no, I was just doing my little pins.
He's using a med pin, guys. Thank you.
Feel better.
Yeah, and you kind of like watch as he pulls out these med pins and just jolts himself with 3 doses.
Feel better. I'm glad I'm the medic.
You know, I also can heal, right?
Oh, don't worry. Save your magic. Save your magic. This is more affordable.
It's
So-
way more affordable.
Technically, I am not strong for a furbolg, but furbolgs are stronger than most people. I theoretically could be helpful with the egg,
Maybe.
because that weird, powerful build rule.
Maybe. I would say,
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. Getting to the egg is #1 problem, and lifting it out without getting caught might be the second. Like, there's
We're
definitely
gonna get it out.
There's definitely a lot of obstacles here, guys.
Or
and
I could be a
Charl-
distraction to get him away from the eggs while you guys grab it.
I'll tell you what, here's what we do. How about I give you guys a moment to think in private about that for a second, and I just turn to Charlie real quick, right? So, Charlie, after
Okay.
you've been forcefully pushed back and this book nearly crushes into you against the force, what are you doing? What's your thought?
First thing first, I gotta get out from under this egg somehow.
Yeah, like, give me athletics to kind of like move the egg over.
If I can't do that, I got a backup plan.
There you go. You managed to pull the egg and it rolls to the other side. And you're kind of freed from this location.
I think there's I'm gonna kinetically go to them like, okay, I'm alive, you guys. That's good.
You almost get
Yeah, I
paper
have a-
cut by a bookmark that's on page 138.
I'm just gonna paper cut, you know. I have a dumb idea. I want to get a smart person's approval before I try.
Do you
deal.
have... Yeah, well... I mean, you have
Well, you
communication,
remember
right?
that lovely hunting knife I got, right? In the
Yeah.
body. I think I could maybe try to cut myself out here.
What are you trying to do?
Potentially try to cut myself out of there because I'm still tied to the rope and the rope still appears to be tied, at least. Even if this side is stuck, so. Would it be a good idea for me to cut out a piece of this drawer and try to ask on down?
I don't know. Do you think you can cut a piece of this drawer?
I'm trying to ask my party members since they still got the telepathic thing connected.
What are you
I
thinking
mean-
to use?
Are you Looney tuning this?
Yeah, like cutting myself out of the drawer, but out of the bottom. That's what I'm doing.
That wood is probably very thick, my
I
friend. I don't. It'd probably make a lot of noise, and the giant would probably come and see. What is that tapping in that drawer again? Is there another one?
mean, are the eggs actually worth it if you guys are this rich?
I mean, we could be even more rich.
Isn't there safer ways to make money than stealing
That
from a
was
rich?
us.
There are plenty of ways to make money for real. I'm just real curious as to what these eggs are. Screw the money. It's a giant's castle and there's eggs and they're shiny.
We just ask him.
Okay,
We just
go.
threw Kunai
Okay,
out of the window. Do we want it?
are you volunteering to go talk to the giant, Callie?
Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah. That's what I.
You don't want to check your cards for that one?
Enough survival instincts to know. No.
Okay.
I just. What is the best possible thing we get out of these eggs?
A lot of history and a lot of money.
I have no clue.
Okay, yeah, I
And there
can
could
use
be
shit.
more.
Charlie,
Hold on a
Get
second.
whatever the.
Hold on a second. So Shisha's been listening, and she goes, I think you're missing another point here, my friends. How do you plan to get the egg out of the castle? That there is just barely big enough for one of us to fit into.
That is true.
Gestures
We
towards
have
the
it-
shisha.
Do you have enlarge and reduce? Does anyone have enlarge and reduce?
Let me check. I have. Nope. I think it's a third levels.
I only have reduced, but that's because I reduce hit points, not size.
So you want to take on a giant, Shisha?
No, I don't. There's
Oh,
no
okay.
profit in it.
I mean, how long is this beanstalk going to last, anyways? What if we're on a timer and we're running out of time?
And I doubt it because it's an ant stuck there.
No,
So,
let's go back and ask
The things the beans make are permanent, right?
Probably for a day.
I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder if that pyramid's still there.
That's a good question. It's been a couple of weeks.
There has never been anybody to report whether it is or isn't there anymore.
Because they've died.
Hey, I'm just leaving it open.
Well, if
to
we're getting off the
interpretation.
topic of the eggs, where are you guys gonna save me? I can't get out of here on my own.
Okay, before anything else, we need to get Charlie out.
Yes.
As much as I would love the egg, deal with the eggs or whatever, I don't think it'll be feasible for us to try and remove the eggs from this place. So maybe we just.
You can come back
However,
another.
if we are really curious about it and I can get up there, I can at least detect magic and see if they're magical at all.
I can also cast Detect Magic.
That's probably about all we're gonna get out of these eggs, to be honest.
Unless we cut a
Without
chunk out
this-
of them.
Without this thing just killing us.
Is there anything else in the drawer other than the eggs?
Well, there's the refined Chill Touch book. That's about it.
And I'm guessing the book is his size, not ours, so that's not leaving either.
Yeah.
We don't have the spell in order to take the egg, so we might as well just try to get Charlie out as safe as possible.
Okay. Charlie, can you check whether or not the giant's in the room, or are you stuck?
Well, I'm in a drawer, so I'm pretty sure I'm stuck.
Fair.
I'm like,
Okay. I think.
I'm pretty sure I'm like 1/3 of the size of this drawer, anyways.
Okay. I am. I probably should go first, since I can just turn invisible if anything goes wrong.
Real quick, Charlie, give me a perception check since now you were able to move out from the eggs. Alright, check this out, right? So when he slammed that drawer, the candelabra that held the rope fell to the floor. And you see the rope, like, it's still wedged in the drawer, leaving a little bit of an opening, but the rope is, like, singed right there at the edge piece, right? Like, it's almost about to leap out of the drawer, so it's, like, hanging there. And this rope is just spindling all the way down. And if anybody from the outside was looking in, I'm just adding a little extra flair here for you guys, you would see a rope leading all the way down to the candelabra.
I can try and jump to the rope and see if I can squeeze through. I'm quite small.
I think I can get in there though, and if anything comes worse, you have backup. So I'm going to use my.
But do remember there's also a terrifying rat in here?
I'm
my-
not scared of rats.
My druid friend, do you think you could befriend the rat and have its help opening the drawer? It's a long shot, but it's a good thing.
I do have advantage on charming beasts with charisma, actually.
You know, I thought I was going to need to have a story plot for today. Nah. Dixper's got us covered, guys.
You're good, man.
Okay, I'm going to Misty step into the room.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, no, I'm going to do look under, do a perception check to see where he is.
Give me perception.
Oh, I don't know where he's at.
He's neither here nor there.
Misty stepping into the room.
All right. You are in the living space. I'll let you give me another perception if you like.
Yeah. 16. And if I see him, I'm going invisible immediately if I see him.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, you both look directly at each other. He's about 30 feet across the room, right? Like, but that's nothing for him to cover in one step. And then he, like, sees you, and you see him, and you react with a invisibility.
Yep, I'm gone.
And he starts to rub his eyes like, eyes playing tricks on me now. Yeah, he's still wondering about, though. So, Charlie, real quick, let's go ahead and let you have a little chance to get out on your own first, right? I really wanted to go to break, but maybe we can get through this scenario. Let's see. All right, so Charlie, what do you want to do? Like, you can scurry through the eggs, you can roll over onto them, you can get up to that. I don't know, what do you want to do? Like, you got to give me the ideals.
Oh, guessing the book doesn't completely reach the top of the drawer, knowing the, like,
No.
fit in drawers.
Like, that's the egg, right?
Yep.
And this is probably, like, the book.
Yeah. I'll scurry on top of the book before I do this.
Yeah, so you hop on the book,
Right.
and then you kind of, like, maybe you can roll an egg towards it, and, like, that rope is, like, right around here, dangling a bit.
Yeah. So make this little staircase and try then
Okay,
running jump the rope.
I'll let you roll me an acrobatics, kind of, like, grab the rope and try to get out. There you go. You leap, hop, jump, and get some distance into the air. You grab the loose rope that's inside the drawer, and you're able to kind of, like, pull yourself out to where you could see... Well, you can't see Calliope because they're invisible, but you do see, like, the giant walking away from the end table again. And the rope just spirals all the way down to the floor where the candelabra is kind of like the candles are upside down and the base of it's, like, facing upward. So it's, like, smushed into the ground at the candle points. That makes sense? Like, it almost... Yeah, it almost yanked that entire rope out if it wasn't for them landing like that. So what do you do?
No, don't see Calliope. I am going to use my dagger and kind of zip line down as stealthy as I can.
You're gonna use your dagger to do that? That sounds like that would
No,
hurt.
no, not my dagger. My
Your
short
what?
bow.
Oh,
short
your
bow.
bow. Oh, okay. That sounds...
Like I have two.
Alright. Sorry, my imagination's going crazy. No, acrobatics. That's definitely acrobatics, though. There's a soft hum in the air as you guys hear rope and wood rubbing against each other as Charlie makes it to the ground.
Yeah, I think Callie's going to meet up with Charlie and just sort of touch her shoulder. Are you okay?
What?
Yeah, you hear Calliope.
Where are you?
I'm behind you. Shh.
I'm a ghost. No. Killed me already. No.
I mean, he used the phantom rogue, so it makes sense.
Do you leave now, guys?
Yeah, going to just help
Hold on.
get them out.
For Charlie.
Charlie,
For
give me a
Charlie to
stealth
do
check.
something.
Yeah, Charlie. Well,
Okay, he'll head out before he does anything.
yeah, give me a stealth check.
It puts up, so advantage.
Yep,
15.
15. And somebody decided to drop the thing.
Do you want me to put up another pacify trace?
You're invisible. Why would you want to break your invisibility?
Oh, should I? I should also
No,
roll a stealth
you
check
should-
with advantage.
Yeah, well, you're not really the thing that's mattering at the moment. Charlie, as you try to
Yeah.
stealth, you hear this giant voice boom, "You!" And it's about 50 feet
Immediately
away
nimble.
from it. Yeah,
booking
so
it.
you're booking it, you're flying, you're scurrying towards the exit, and this thing comes sailing towards that hole that you managed to squeeze into, and he seems to be yelling at the hole, "Don't you dare come in here ever again! You hear me? Don't you ever come back!" And Calliope, like, I don't know if you try to, like, did you wait, or what did you do?
I'm going to do something really stupid.
Yeah, yes.
Do it.
So the moment I saw them chasing after Charlie, my invisibility is dropping, and I am going to wild shape into my star form, so Archer,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to try to shoot him.
This is
Oh,
pretty
And I'm going to
Oh,
immediately
buddy.
turn back invisible and then run.
Alright, can you just post that for us? I know it's
Sure,
100 lines of text, but yeah.
It is. They should have broken it up into like smaller bits, but they didn't.
Yeah.
It's a 1d8 plus my wisdom.
Constellation of Archer appears on you. You activate this form bonus action in subsequent turns. While it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack, hurling a luminous arrow that targets the creature within 60 feet. On a hit, you deal radiant damage. Wait, you're using that? Is that what you said?
To pull him away from Charlie.
Oh, okay, well.
Because
Charlie.
I ran when he was running the one way, I'm running the other way, and then I'm going to turn invisible and then sneak out. So he
Okay.
thinks I'm going one direction, and I'm trying to outsmart him. They chase after me like going one way, then I'm going to turn invisible and go back between his legs.
Alright, well, let's see how this goes then. Alright. So initially he was just chasing Charlie out, then all of a sudden you fire off a shot, so roll your attack roll.
I don't think that hits. 16?
Actually it does hit.
Oh, cool. Time for damage. 11 radiant damage.
And he turns to meet your gaze, and he watches you go invisible, right?
No, I'm going to start running and then run, like, is there anything I can run, like, under, like, a couch or something? So he breaks line of sight?
I think he's gonna have
Yes,
an
sir.
opportunity to hit you either way.
It's fine, I'll take the one hit. I'm just trying to confuse him, so he's searching the house.
Yeah, he's not gonna try to reach you that way. He's just gonna raise a hand up in the air, and you hear lightning building up in the air, and you can hear a crackle.
Oh
in the air.
no! Oh no!
And
Hey!
right where you're standing, a lightning strike charges down. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
9! Hi, I'm probably dead.
Ooh.
Welcome to the team.
Oh, she's auto-dead.
Oh, Cookie Time, she's one of your bad guys.
Yeah, meanwhile,
Dun, 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 dun.
Shishay
Life.
reaches out and grabs her blade. It looks like she's about to kill you guys for sending us on this mission, but life has been regranted. And how are we gonna do this?
May I also do something stupid?
I wanted to kill you guys with spaceships. This was not my intention, but sure. What do you want to do?
As when they hear the lightning crash down, Charlie's gonna try to pop out and stab the giant in the ankle.
What?
I have the plus 2 dagger and I want to see how that goes.
This ain't gonna go great.
Yeah, it
So
won't
you're
go good.
so you're trying to pop back out of the hole and hit him?
Yeah.
Oh, this ain't gonna go
Because
good
that
at all.
punches off me.
This ain't gonna go
Oh,
good
Lord.
at all.
Oh,
mean,
no,
well, I
this
don't-
is not.
Why
Yo,
are we
he's
why are
the
we
fighter
trying to
giant.
antagonize him, guys? But okay, make your attack roll.
Yeah, I was trying to get out of here.
I mean,
I said I was going to do something stupid.
Yeah. And I just did some rolls to find out if something came back. Yeah, it hits.
Okay, how much damage? 11.
I mean, does some damage, but doesn't seem to phase this guy. And
And then I'm gonna bonus action back into.
so,
I'm not waiting.
all right. So tell me, like, are you in the wall or are you outside with the others? Are you just trying to
I went
hide by
into
the
the wall
entrance?
I'm back into the wall again. I'm being a little rat.
The giant crawls over to the wall and he's like leaning down with one knee and kind of like points his finger at the opening. And the rest of you are like on the other side of that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Everybody within 10 feet of that wall make a dexterity saving throw.
Woo!
This is gonna hurt.
This is gonna be reroll.
Don't you have like a bunch of nat 20 cards now?
I've got a couple of them, but I wasn't expecting to have to try and burn them all on this.
Yeah, no fair. I apologize.
Okay,
Yeah.
Advantage.
That's all good.
rerolling. Alright.
Alright, so confirm your roll with me. Kunai, what'd you get?
Got a 16.
Fail. Fizz? 14?
14. Yeah.
Fail. Charlie?
21, both sides.
Succeed. And Shishay succeeds. You are a rogue. Are you high enough to have evasion? Or no, you're not. So you don't have evasion.
We haven't gotten to the point where I'm
Yeah. So all of a sudden, you guys feel a charge of energy just come over your body. Take 59 points of damage if you failed. Take 29 points of damage if you did not fail.
I'm so up, guys.
Kunai is down.
Oh shit.
Not dead,
Is
but
down.
down. Down, yeah.
Calliope, you have 1 HP, and you are kind of like grasping to life at the moment.
Invisible. Immediately.
Wait till I'm done, Dad. I'll take a break here in a little bit. Sorry. You go invisible. All right.
Healing
And,
word.
Try and stand back up.
Who?
Healing word myself so I can stand back up.
All right. That didn't do over half your max HP, did it?
No, mine's like.
Okay, you're good. Yeah,
30
yeah. Okay,
something, yeah.
yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll get you back up then. 6 HP back to you. All right. And at this point, anybody that is down at the moment that cannot be rezzed at the second, go ahead and give me 1 death fail for right now, or not death fail, but a death save. I'm just seeing if anybody can get a nat 20 and just stand back up if they're not already dead.
17.
That's good. Charlie's still okay, so that's the only roll we need to make, right? So yeah, you all look over and you see Kunai is still unconscious and bleeding out from the
That's gonna-
blast wounds, and Calliope's on the other side there, but the giant seems to have moved away from the wall. So if you want to take an attempt to go towards the wall, you could do so.
Running towards the wall, and the moment I get like the ability to see under it, I'm misty stepping out of it.
All right, fair enough. I'll allow that to happen. And you're on the other
And-
side. Go ahead, Fizz.
Now, as I come up and I see Kunai down as well, I'll cure wounds to get Kunai back up now.
There you go. 9 points of damage has been restored to you, Kunai. You're all on the outskirts now. And let me just check to see if Shishay took any damage from that, or if she was high enough. No, she would have taken half. What's her at? There we go. Alright. Yeah, and Shishay's there as well. She just got shook, but she's still standing. Are you guys... Yeah, go ahead. You go.
Misty Step broke my concentration on my star form, so I'm going to pull another one up and switch to the healing form.
I think we should...
So, do you want me to... For each healing spell, I just do an extra d8 to someone else, basically, of healing. I'll post it again. Because, we just need to clock chat, right?
Sure.
It's just 10 years long. With that, I have Cure Wounds. So I'm going to cast 2 Cure Wounds on Kunai. Do I have Cure Wounds? Yeah, I do.
About to say,
So-
most people have that.
At the first level. And so that is 19 points of healing to Kunai. And then who else went down? It was Fizz. He gets 2d8 healing. So he gets 12.
Thank you.
I already
Charles
like
Farms.
this character.
Isn't it only
Yep.
1d8?
What's up?
Isn't it only 1d8 plus your wisdom?
For each healing spell, I get an extra 1d8, and I did 2 Cure Wounds, so that's 2 spells. Oh, sorry, I can only do 1 spell per turn.
Yeah. So yeah, that would only
Ignore
be...
But
I
it
mean...
would just be the 2 8s.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah. Sorry,
So-
just the fact we're not initiative confused my brain.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But that's the thing, like, you're all outside now, and Shishay's like, are you guys done playing, or can we leave now? With that lifeless voice of hers, because I'm a little excited.
Yeah.
I'm done stealing for the day. And he plops his head back down.
Man, rough lessons learned, huh?
I learned no lessons. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I noticed. You didn't suffer any consequences, huh?
I learned
I'm
nothing today,
Barely
but I'm
standing,
done.
but yeah.
I learned
Ow.
nothing today, but
I mean,
learned.
Did those eggs look worth it though?
Yes.
No. At this point.
Yes. Not with the consequences, but they did at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh.
curious at all.
Don't worry, the DM will reveal all afterwards anyway, so...
Yeah, my last, for second level spell, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Alright, so...
We could just get outta here.
Quick intentions. Are we heading back to the beanstalk and getting the F out of here?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, before
Yes.
we all die.
Alright. I mean, this thing did say it led up to a storm giant, so I'm just sticking with what it had there. You guys make your way back through the maze, all the way to the other side of the gate, go back through, fall back down into the beanstalks, and as you leap onto your ship, the beanstalk slowly starts to shrink down. And then the stalk itself starts to fall out of the sky and crash land.
Well, it's a good thing we took the ship up with us.
Well,
Yep.
it's either that or it realized that you guys were finally done up there and decided it's ready to call it quits.
Looks like the beanstalk knew enlarge and reduce.
At any rate, my friends, you make it out, and Samuel flies you back to Shandor at that point, I guess, right? Where you land back in Professor Smithersmon's lawn, and quickly you guys kind of breathe a sigh of relief as Shishay just keeps shaking her head the whole way back. And we're going to go ahead and take a break that we probably needed 30 minutes ago or so. Oh,
Yeah.
guys, that was a...
We
that
started going through our sanity quicker than we used to.
That was a pretty intense. But stay tuned, guys. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break. You guys hang out. We'll be back here shortly. Stay tuned.
little son! Little son!
Hold on, guys. They're talking. They're still getting it out of their system. Hold on, guys. Anyway, we are back from break. Thank you for joining us again, guys, and hopefully I can talk over them so I can unmute them finally. Hey, guys, how you doing? All right,
Fantastic.
welcome
I'm
back.
good.
Welcome back, everybody. We are
Ow.
back from break. We are free from the Jack of the Beanstalk incident. You know, I do recall like maybe a week ago, I just got done watching Puss in Boots again, so it's kind of like I had a refresher in my head. It's like, yeah, I kind of see how this is going to go now. I was debating on giving you the giant goose too, but anyway, we are past that point. And you guys are back in Shandora in front of Professor Smithersmon's lawn and able to partake in the city if you wish, or whatever you want at this point. Some of you looking a little rough, I see. 1 HP, 2 HP.
Ow.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, Charlie's gonna immediately pass Calliope the potion of healing.
It's better to save the.
No, we have other stuff. Just drink it.
Okay.
Good night. How's their med supplies looking?
It's just fine. Do you want me to heal her? I can heal her real quick. You want to be healed? I can heal you.
I was just
But-
seeing if we needed to maybe take a trip to the ship and restock or not.
We have no restock at the ship.
Oh, never mind.
Oh no.
We have. That's why I need to. That's why I need to make more. There is no more restock. You remember? You remember the real incident? She ate. She ate all the med supplies.
Oh, that's right.
That was one
Do you
hungry.
eat med?
It was like a gel.
Okay. How much is that healing potion? 2d4?
2d4 plus 2, yep. There you go.
6. I'm at 7.
I just hope we don't run into anything else dangerous. I don't think I can stand up against it.
So, question.
My
She says as she's like shaking some of the burnt chalk out of her hair. You don't plan on doing anything dangerous like that again real quick, do you?
not anytime soon. No.
Do we have any more beans? That depends.
No.
Not right now. Not right now, Charlie. Not right now.
Understandable. Like I was
Not
worried.
right now.
Let's see.
But we'll do
what
that.
would've-
We'll do another one in a few days.
What would have
No,
happened?
Shishay, we don't plan on doing anything dangerous. The plans changed.
Calliope, do you feel safe with this group?
I mean, it was my fault the attack happened, I guess.
Blink your eyes twice if you need me to kidnap you. Oh, you blinked. Sorry, you can't. No, just kidding. That was a joke. Anyway. And she lets off a deep sigh, dusts herself off as she leaves this ship, and makes her way to the shop that you have shown her so that she can get started on the books. Calliope has been officially inducted into your party.
Welcome to the chaos, Calliope. You're gonna love it here.
Unga chunga, unga chunga. Thank you.
Do you hear the
Probably
call?
technically owe you the 700 gold for that rod I lost.
Oh no, you don't notice anything. Okay, well, trust us. That barely makes a dent. Our money.
We
Might
have a
as
whole
well have been
mining.
might as well have been a few copper just thrown down the drain.
We have a whole mining system. Don't worry. We make a lot more money in a day.
Like how?
Is there anything else we need while we're waiting on that armor, by the way?
We got
Yeah,
today
yeah,
and tomorrow.
another- Yeah, another couple days they should be done with it.
Not to mention the enchantment day. So we have like 3 days, including this one.
Be nice to go to a spa or something.
Oh,
You know what? If you
this
want to
is
go
a
to a
hot
spa,
You
we
know
can do it.
what?
There actually is one.
We know it. We know a fantastic spa. Let's go.
As I'm the only girl in the group, so I'd be by myself.
We can always go into Cohen, you know?
Point.
All right, so we're heading to the spa. Is that what we're doing?
Sounds like it.
And-
Well,
Please.
well, short rest at the spa. Let's get it.
yeah, sure. Might as well, right? All right. So you guys make your way to the northern side of town, where the Honeywell hot springs are. Upon entering into this establishment, there are two elves who run this spa. A rather elderly-looking man and an elderly-looking woman, female elf and male elf, you know. They seem to be running the front door of this place. They offer a luxurious dip in the hot spring pool that they can select communal or segregated by sex. There's also extra treatments you can have before you dip yourselves into the pool, like special services for people with scales, like scale cleanings, or a mud bath, or a hot stone treatment, or perhaps acupuncture, or just a good old back massage. The spring itself, there's like a sign that says 1 gold for the springs, 10 gold for further treatments. And this long silvery hair with bright blue eyes, old elven man kind of like looks at you solemnly, while this long blonde hair to her hips with the tips glazed in like a light purple to teal color woman just kind of like greets you. Oh, welcome in, you sweet dearies. What can we do for you today?
Hello again, madam.
We got our
Yeah.
butts kicked by a giant. We need rest and relaxation now.
Those giants are terrible beings. You should definitely watch yourself around those. Okay, so what can I get for you today? Are you going to have any treatments, or do you just want to take a dip in the springs?
I mean, I would love a back massage, and I would just plop 10 gold on the counter.
Okay, and let's see here. Should I just roll?
I have the
Should I just roll random
have
and
the-
see who it is?
I have the exact same person that got me last time, the very beginning.
Who was it the last time?
It was the. Do you remember? I don't remember her name.
Do you-
Can I like look around to see if I see her at all?
No, it's just these two in the front. Now the question is above table. I'm asking you, do you remember what race she was?
It was an elf.
The half elf woman.
Mhm.
All right, yeah. Oh, and well, yeah. So, like, she asked you, so who was it, dear, who that gave you that massage? And
It
you
was
can't.
a half elf woman. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you must mean Mita. Her tone gets very disgusted. Very well. Mita, you have a customer. And from the back room, you can hear footsteps as a young half elf with long black hair, amber like eyes, kind of like greets you all with a smile. And, I don't know, perception check real quick, just in case this matters. Who knows? I just want to see who catches it. Uh-huh. Anybody can make this roll, by the way.
Okay.
Stoney, I hope you're getting better, buddy. Yeah, Kunai, I guess you're kind of like watching it just because, but as Mita comes out, there's like a half grin that approaches the old elven man's face. And then as soon as Audrey kind of like shoots a glare at him, he instantly scowls. But Mita just kind of like greets you and says, "Oh, you again."
Another
Ye-
session, please.
Right this way then. And she'll lead you into a back room.
Mhm.
The woman fluffs her cloaks out a bit and just kind of seems a little flustered. Is there anything else I can get for the rest of you, dearies?
I will also do a massage with some hot stones, maybe.
Okay. Would you prefer our Braca or would you want Paymon to do that? Actually, Braca would probably be the best, to be honest. Now I think about it. Braca, dear, please come forward. Are you in there? And this half-orc woman comes out. She's got like long black cornrows going down towards her back past her shoulder length. And she has this lovely scent of lavender floating around her as she kind of like makes her presence seen. And she goes, yes, this young gentleman here, pointing down to the gnome with the oblong brain, would like to have a massage with the hot rocks, please. Well, follow me, if you will. And you put the tingo down, I assume. Alright, and Braca takes you to a back room there to get started. So, staring at the last two individuals in the room, Charlie and Calliope.
I'll just take a dip in the hot springs, please.
Alright.
It's the same, just a dip.
Alright, so just one gold piece, and they, for those who go directly to the hot spring, you're given a complimentary towel and a bar of soap. And a pal bucket. As you make your way to the springs, there are 3 entrances, right? So they got a male springs, female springs, or the communal, which is mix. So where would you like to go?
I guess not to be alone, the co-ed.
Sounds good.
And the go-ed.
Charlie says male. Bye. No.
I'm also going to go-ed, don't worry.
Alright, so the 2 of you head there, and I'm gonna give that a minute to think, because I might have some NPCs I could drop on you. What can I say, guys? The guys that are getting treatments. Mita, she needs and mends whatever part of your back she can actually get to. And Braca, though it seems like she's a vicious creature of nature, she's definitely like elbowing in some good massages into the lower back and popping up the heel of her hand into the shoulder blade, and then just placing these hot rocks along there just to kind of like get the heat soaking into your bones. And yeah, just both treatments are doing their number, and then eventually you guys spend like maybe 10-15 minutes in each treatments, up to an hour. I don't remember how much that needs to be, but hot springs, I love them. I love them very much. I want to go to one day. Somebody come with me. All right, anyway, who in my list of NPCs are in the pool today? Shall we find out? There's number 1.
Okay.
I thought I had a list for the NPCs to be in. I guess that's on Friday. Oh, here we go. There's a number 2. So as the 2 of you make your way in, you see a lovely brown-haired woman dressed, well, I mean, she's not even dressed. She's got like a towel over her, and she's soaking in the water. Very elegant, very well endowed, I guess is the safe word to say, right? And then some of you might recognize, at least Charlie would, Elizabeth, who seems to be taking a soak with this woman as well. And they just seem to be kind of like relaxing at the back end of the pool. And she gives you a nod as you come in.
Hi.
Returning that night.
Hello, says the other girl, Paulina. And Elizabeth just kind of gives a quiet nod to Charlie and then towards Calliope. But yeah, you guys are able to like wrap yourselves in the towels and take a dip into the pool and just relax. At this point, I guess this is kind of like why I was making the other session shorter. The two of you return to the... Which pool do you guys want to go to?
I just go to the co.
Yeah, that sounds fine. We'll just go to the group.
Alright, so before you guys get there, then I guess at this point it's like, do you guys have any conversation before they get there, or is there anything you guys want to do before they get there?
Charlie's in the lower's tone of voice as he turns to clapping. So I should probably try to inform you a bit more about what our group does, or at least the best I can, because I also don't fully understand it.
It's helpful if you don't fully understand. I guess I'm not much hope for me.
You're gonna be quite helpful there, trust me. Because, we actually go up to where the stars are.
Farther than we went today?
Way farther.
Oh,
Don't worry. We have ways of making sure we're safe when we do it and whatnot. And honestly, it's quite fun. So far, we've been on adventures such as like going to a planned planet and whatnot and so forth. It's also quite. I think you'll enjoy it up there, honestly.
where the fates want me to go, I can't help but follow.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Maybe I'll figure out where my powers come from.
Maybe you will. Who knows?
Why did you go up to the stars?
Ooh. Well-
Yes, why did you?
Me and my friend Samuel met the other two after they came back from, well, it was basically a funeral service for one of their other crew members, I think. I don't fully know. But we got attacked by something they call a towel master. I don't know who that is, honestly. And then they basically turned to me and said, "What? It's either you two be hunted by this being and die, or you come with us and be safe." And our choice was obvious, even if it was a forced hand, but, you know.
I guess the fates also had a future for you as well.
I guess so. But, there's quite a lot to learn up there. I don't know how to describe it to you. I've learned a lot, and anyone in this place basically knows nothing about it besides Elizabeth at this point.
Sorry, did you say something, dear?
No, I'm just trying to explain to my friend what our guild is doing, because they're joining our crew.
Oh, okay.
But it'll be easier to explain once we get on the ship. Oh, it's a bigger ship.
What am I looking for? Looking for a P name.
Okay. She is so confused.
That's understandable, honestly.
Just playing with her tail and just like fiddling.
Maybe
You broke
Fizz and
wild
Kuna
magic.
can explain it better.
Well, I'll tell you what's really going to explain it better. While magic goes off, for Charlie.
Bryn, why? I was on a streak.
You regain all your expended sorcery points?
I don't have any sorcery points.
Reroll.
Do you want to re-roll that? Because I'm a rogue.
Yeah, a spectral shield hovers near you for the next minute, granting you a +2 to AC and immunity to magic missiles.
Oh, hey, got 19 AC now, guys.
Nay. All of a sudden, this magical shield starts protecting Charlie for no reason. The cult of Sheila has been heard.
Is this normal?
Hmm.
Did I get too close? I'm not used to having friends. Is this a normal
This
thing?
is normal for us, and I don't think it's dangerous. At least this one
Okay.
isn't.
I just didn't know if I crossed a boundary asking that question or something.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
All right, so it is getting a little bit more crowded in your stall here, as not only does your friends come in, but a human and a tiefling, they kind of like take off to a side of the pool and just kind of like dip down and just have their own private conversation on the other side. And then
So we're
Fizz and Kunai, yeah, you can come in at this point too.
so my friends, should we tell Kippa about our new friend here?
Yes, we should.
All right, ring a ring a ring. I call him on my little earpiece.
Hey, this is Sheldon. How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a couple of days.
Hey, Shella, can you put us through to Kippa, please?
Oh, hold on. He's busy blowing up the ship.
Excuse me, what?
Anyway, what?
Oh,
You doing
nothing.
what
He
now?
said something about he's gonna blow this ship up if it doesn't fucking work the way he wants it to. Don't worry, I think it was a metaphor. And then all of a sudden you
Oh.
hear Kipper, God dang it, piece of shit. Well, yeah, what do you need?
Kippa, we have a new friend, and she seems to be very good with nature and everything.
Nature's nature. What do we need nature for? Don't you guys already have that Trent that's turned into an autognome?
What we mean is they're more star-based nature. You know?
Why, you found an alien on the planet? Perfect.
No, it's more of our world way of connecting to the stars.
Well, I can't wait to meet him. Did Fizz
Okay.
approve this?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess technically this was kind of my decision.
Well, yeah, it's like he's relying on you to make the decision because he can't trust Kunai
Yeah.
right now. All right.
It's all good, Kipper. It's all good. We yeah.
When
we're
are
good,
you
we're
all
good.
coming back anyway?
We need another couple of days on planet to finish up some business, but I mean, we can come up to the ship anytime.
No, you guys are fine. Donisha and I are dealing with some fires in the hangar, but we got it under control.
Excuse me, what?
Oh, that damn destroyer you guys pulled in, it started short-circuiting certain boards and it started to catch fire. So we've been dealing with that for the past couple of days. Well, not days, but for the past couple hours, I should say. Don't worry about it. We got it.
Okie dokie, Kippa.
Just give me an ETA when you're heading back up and we'll start plotting our next path.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Sounds good.
ETA. ETA, damn it. He's like waiting for you to
Couple
give him an
couple days. Couple
Alright.
days.
2 to 3
I'll let you
days?
know.
Alright.
Yeah. Like,
Alright.
Can I give us 2-3 days?
Alright. Over and out.
This is really so strange for me to watch.
Are you guys like speaking through some kind of sending stone? Says the man across the way.
Yes,
Something like that.
totally.
Yes.
I'm about to
Is
say
this-
that's a weird
is this
conversation to be
familiar?
having.
Familiar
You actually
person?
would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, would be that familiar
Mhm.
person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, something like that. We'll go
Oh,
with that.
wait. Yeah, I recognize you. Yeah, did you happen to find a dragonborn?
What dragonborn is he talking about again?
Don't worry about it. I don't think there's one around here that's worth finding anyway.
I don't remember a conversation about Dragonborn, but okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe I had that conversation with someone else. I forgot. But at any rate, he leaves you to your privacy, and he goes back to talking to the young woman next to him.
May I make a perception check to see what he's talking about?
Well, it's not necessarily him talking, but yeah, you can. Can you read lips?
Nope.
Alright, you go ahead and make a perception check. It'll be at disadvantage because, yeah, she's being very quiet about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's an 8.
About the only thing you hear is, and I'll do, and that's it.
Fair.
Oh yeah, my friend, we have these little earpieces that allow us to talk to our guild master or our captain to speak.
Oh, so that's the boss.
Yes, he is the
Mhm.
boss.
Was that with Friday game? Ah, hell, he asked everybody, guys.
Yes, Kippa is our captain. He controls where we go and where we navigate per se.
Don't worry. We'll get you an earpiece and everything when you get up there, and you can be part of the.
Part of the cool
Be good to
kids
go.
having one of these
I wouldn't
earpieces.
say we're cool. We're a lot more chaotic than cool.
This bulky looking gnome with long gray beard and mustache comes draping in with his towel around his waist, and he's just kind of like built in the chest and everything, but he just starts stalking into the water off to the other side, just minding his own business. Get your butts in here, you guys. I need your token so I can kind of
Man.
like have an imagination where
Shoot.
everybody is.
And springs sure are busy today.
Yeah, it's getting pretty busy today. Everybody's trying to get their dip in before it's over.
Before what's over?
The day.
Oh.
Ah, fair.
Thought it was something complicated.
I don't know. Old man named Squiggle says when it's over, I think he's like, a person with a sign that stands on the street corner. The world's ending.
The DM decided to bring me out of retirement, guys. The
I
name's
see another
Squiggles,
gnome
and I
around
like to
here.
wiggle. What be your names?
Kunai,
Name-
pleasure.
Name's Fizz, and I run the biz.
Ah, I like the cut of your jib. That's a good one. What about the lassie and the lad over there?
I'm Charlie.
Pleasure.
I'm Calliope.
Well, aren't you a sweet doll, dear-eyed? Well, like I said, my name's Squiggles. I'm just here relaxing in this hot spring because, man, I've been working out way too much lately on these adventures. Whew.
With adventure comes story. Do you have a story to tell?
Boy, ever. And about that time, like, the ladies here excused themselves. We need to go. We'll talk to you later. Yes. Bye, and says the other woman. Elizabeth was the one saying, we'll see you later. Basically, you kind of get the sense, like, you work with her, right? But anyway. Oh, story. Don't even get me started. I remember the time I went into a cave, and I was in there with these lads, right? And then we went in, and there was this big hole, right? This big hole, all of a sudden we take a look down, and a giant spider comes racing up on us. Why, I do what any normal squiggles would do. I wiggled, and I wiggled my greatsword right into its guts. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it alone. And my allies, well, they tried to fight it off, but they all got hit by some weird spit. I tried to make a run for it, but this spider was mean. Next thing you know, I go unconscious and wake up outside the cave. Yep, that's about all I remember.
That's quite unfortunate.
It was. I'm sure everything worked out in the end. Though I wonder
We
if
had the
that's...
smart idea to try and steal from a storm giant earlier.
Wow, that actually sounds like a fun idea. What'd you get?
Nothing.
A lot of scars.
Bruised and a hurt ego.
Disappointment. My favorite. I'm just kidding. That's terrible to hear. Well, nothing to do but let the old bones soak, am I right? Ah. And he kind of like
Right.
floats on his back.
Agreed.
Just-
A little relaxation is great.
The man across from you just kind of like jolts up out of the water and takes the tiefling's hands. We gotta go. Bye.
Can I do one more insight check to see why we're leaving?
Sure.
16.
Pyra's giggling as she's like, see you all later. apparently there has been some secret whispers of things that will be done to one person if they decide that they wished it to be done.
Never mind. I was not what I was thinking.
It's,
I just thought everyone was wigged out by the old Squiggle Man. Okay.
oh no no
Nope.
no no no. Matter of fact, there were probably times you weren't even looking at her lips moving because she could message him, and he was like getting some messages in his head, and his eyes were kind of like wigging out a bit. Yeah, we gotta go. And with that, they'd take their leave. But now you are left in
He's going to
the...
try to hide in the water now.
Yeah, a little embarrassed to notice that, right? But yeah, Squiggles being the last one there, as he kind of like came in at the same time as Fizz and Kunai.
Hmm.
What would you guys like to do? Like, Squiggles just kind of like meditates to himself now, unless you guys say something to him.
Let's just relax for a little while. We have a long day ahead of us.
Agreed.
Above table, any NPC you run into is recruitable, FYI.
Oh yeah, for the captain bit.
Well, no, for having pilots
For our
and shit
crew.
for your crew or anything else.
I mean, sorry,
right?
pilot. I
Yeah.
flipped words.
It's okay. But
Just wait
yeah,
till you see how massive the ship is. We got a big crew coming.
yeah. So unless there's anything else you have to say to Squiggles, he too will eventually either leave you to your fate or you guys leave before he does. So it's
Maybe we
whatever-
should make Squiggles the pilot.
What? Pilot? What are you talking about, lass? You need somebody to pilot a carriage? I'm your man. I could wiggle that carriage just like it's nobody's business.
How about a spaceship?
A who? A ship? Yes, I could definitely pilot a ship. Take a little training, yeah. I could get behind the mast.
I tell you what, Squiggles, maybe come stop by the professor's house.
No, yeah, the professor.
And,
I've been meaning to talk to him.
yeah, we'll show you the ship we're talking about, and then you see if you think you can pilot it.
Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will. Well, in that case, I'm about to head out for now. I'll see you kids around. Good luck with your adventures and stay out of those giant nests.
Oh, do Squiggles.
So unless you have any further business at the spa, you guys are able to kind of like relax. If you want the benefits of a short rest, you may have it.
I get my wild shapes back. Yay.
Did you even use them?
Yeah. The story forms my
oh,
wild
yeah, that's
shape.
right. That's right. Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
And we are getting close to time too, I think. So
Yeah.
no, we got about
I'm nearly
12
full.
minutes. We
Yay.
got a quarter hour to go. So yeah, as you guys are healing up from your short rest here at the springs, you depart the Honeywell hot spring. Probably another thing of note, like as you walk out, you do see a decorative longbow that's been like sitting on the back shelf. I just bring it up just because it's there, you know. Seems to be like, you know, like a hunter's pride. You know how like a hunter puts their gun on display for everybody? Yeah, they kind of have like this ancient looking longbow that is very well decorative.
Dancing light.
And on both Kunai and Charlie's shoulders.
Calliope, you have dancing lights floating around you and a bean from the bag. Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah, more
Rin,
mischievous.
Rin, you missed the Jack and the Beanstalk session of this episode. Hello,
Oh,
Nameless.
hope that's another one.
I died!
So, Calliope, you find in your hands by some mystical magic a familiar bean.
Putting that in
They
my
always
pocket for
come
later?
back.
Pocket
Nope,
for
nope,
later.
nope.
That's fair. And then there are lights dancing around you
Um,
all of a sudden.
It
I do.
is the bow. Is it within touch range?
No. It's behind the counter, and they don't want you behind the counter,
Okay.
so no.
No. Fair enough.
Is anyone behind the counter right now?
Yes. The proprietors
Yeah.
are there doing business, dude.
Allie also has a hand on your shoulder. It's like, no.
I feel like we got a new bear for Monday now.
Lady,
Bear.
I don't think you realize I have a pistol in my pocket. I
Then
don't
you
need a
don't
bow.
need that.
What? You need to
Don't need-
piss in your pocket? What?
Who said that?
The old man who's
no.
staring at you.
No, sir. No, sir. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
Don't worry about my friend here. He just has a bit of incontinence. He'll be all right.
Jeez.
You said what now, Sis?
Oh yes, I totally understand how that goes. I hate when that happens. Anyway, it's a good recipe. If you want it, I can give it to you. It's a special tea that you blend, and then it helps out with that incontinence.
Absolutely.
No, Adria, will you get the tea recipe for our friends here? It's the least we could do, right? Oh dear. Well, all right. If they needed that badly.
Hey, DM. As soon as Fizz turns his back, can I mimic the sound of the giant?
What? Why do you want to mimic the sound of the giant for? What's your intention here?
To scare Fizz.
I mean, you can, like, so if, like, Fizz, you turn around for a second, and all of a sudden he says, what it?
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
You see Fizz drop everything that's in his hands and just kind of start shaking.
Tell him to smack Kuna over the head. Like, that was mean.
Kunai.
An insult for an insult.
Here's that recipe, by the way.
No. Try to be the bigger man about this.
Now, Kunai, be a thankful patron and take your recipe.
Thank you. Have some firewood later.
I mean, don't you like medicine stuff?
Not this medicine. I'm gonna throw it in the fireplace.
I can take it then.
Whoa.
Are you offending the guy who went through the trouble to get that for you? Is that what I'm hearing?
He's like saying that underneath his breath, though. He's not actually
okay.
saying it out loud.
Well, that sounds like a perception check still then, right?
Go ahead.
I'm just checking, because, you know. You want to do what? Look, I just got you that recipe out of my own goodness of my heart, and if you're not suffering from incontinence, fine. Takes the paper away from you. I'll keep it. I don't need to show you the best recipe in the world. It's your loss. Get out of here.
Fair enough.
God dang, Nightmare. Why do you always cause hassle whenever you're around?
Calliope is just going to apologize and scurry out after them.
Alright.
You know what, Kunai? I'm gonna laugh if you get some incontinence issues here in the near future. Karma. I almost wish you did.
Is that going to be a new Dexper thing? Just
Is that something I'm hearing happening or what? Say again?
I said almost.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I will clarify what I actually do.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Do we craft a
I
hole?
don't mean to click
Like,
that.
what are you trying to do, Lily P? Little P, what are we doing?
Wild magic.
Wild magic has been used on Kunai. Here you go.
How do I get the?
Up to 3. Ooh. I need you to pick 3 creatures next to you within 30 feet. I'll tell you.
I
the
know
rest.
what this is.
3 other players.
Pick 3.
Whatever that could be.
Dex check.
No.
God.
No dex checks.
Can I choose structures?
Nope, it says creatures.
Dang.
Here's karma.
I guess my friends. I guess I don't know. I guess I sneeze.
You sneeze and they take 4d10 lightning damage. 18 points of lightning damage, and there is no save. All of a sudden, this
What?
crack of lightning smacks the three of you.
Man, we just relaxed too.
We
God
just
damn it.
we just
Kunai, really?
I sneezed. Why do the gods hate me today?
Are you sure it's not
karma.
towel magic?
I hate the gods right now.
Kipper would be saying that's towel magic again. Anyway. After getting zapped by the bug zapper, you guys make your way back to where?
I guess the
What time of
professor.
day is it?
It's getting late afternoon, almost evening.
I just go back to my bed.
Well,
Like, she's not moving towards her, but she's just saying, I just want to go to my bed now.
you don't have a bed. You're a wanderer, remember? You're with this group now.
I thought Sishay, like, I stayed here for at least a
You
day or
stay
so.
with Shishay, but Shishay kicked you off the bed and put you in their group now.
You can come stay with us at the professor's, don't worry.
Yes, lovely, lovely beds. Don't worry.
I'm probably gonna end up sleeping in the ship again just in case.
I guess we could probably set up the alarm system before we go off to bed.
Let me get in the ship before you do that, cause...
Alright, so let's get back to the professor, right? So they take you back to the professor. You've already been in the ship once, Calliope, right? And
I've been in a teeny tiny ship, yeah.
Yeah. This ship here is sitting in the front. There's also, like, I didn't really get to describe the professor's front yard because we were just kind of like staying in the moment. But now that you had a chance to look, right? There's like this long chain going up to a covered object that's floating in the air. And there's like scaffolding leading up to it in the front yard. And then this ship just being off to the side, just kind of like, it seems to be a norm right here, right? Like there's weird shit happening over here. But beyond that, this whole courtyard that you guys are in also leads up to like a mansion. And inside this mansion, it's run by a gnome known as Professor Smithersmon. Which I'll go get him real quick. Wait, he's actually in here. Do you guys need to bother the professor, or what do you plan on doing tonight?
I mean, if you haven't met the professor before, at least we can introduce you to him.
Is he going to sneeze lightning on me?
No, that's just the kunai thing.
So I think
Gods
he's going to move
randomly
away from
Although,
the bird.
No
you never
promises.
know.
I don't know why. This is the second time this happens. First time was in battle, and now I randomly sneeze and I shoot lightning.
I mean, there was the time that I was catching everything on fire.
Didn't you almost set a tavern on fire?
Really hiding behind Charlie?
I think Charlie's the only one that hasn't had something weird and destructive happen to her body. To his body.
They haven't been here long enough yet
Yeah.
either, so...
Kelly
then
is
it-
going to stay near Charlie.
Alright, so yeah, are we knocking on the door and getting the professor involved, or what's the situation? Because we are running out of time.
Yeah, let's go say hi to the professor.
Alright, so yeah, the professor answers to the door and... Oh, yes, you're all here! Come! Oh, new friends! Hello, new friend!
Hi.
Welcome in. My name is Professor Smithersmon, and this is my lovely abode here. And of course, it seems like you know my friend Fizz here, who is one of my pupils. How are they treating you, dear? Are they treating you okay? You look like you've been hit by lightning or something. Are you okay?
Kunai sneezed on me.
Well, that's unfortunate. Anyway, please follow me. I'll get you all some tea, and you guys can relax. And he brings you all into a dining room where a teapot is set out on the open. Cups are set out for you. Condiments for the tea is set up. And you all are able to enjoy some chamomile tea with milks and creams if you need it. And even honey. Yes, he sneezes lightning now. So yeah, what do you guys want to do here as the professor finishes filling everybody's cup?
As far as away from
these two as she can.
I'm
Wow.
trying to keep an eye out a window that's facing the ship just in case. Like, you never know at this point.
Yeah.
Look, for the most part, our group is mostly safe, but random things just keep happening. So today could be the day. You never know.
Yes, true. I promise you,
tell.
I promise you, I'm the medic. I promise.
I need a perception check from you, Charlie.
Yep. Just I was expecting something to happen. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
Charlie. Oh, Charlie.
Hey, Cookie.
Oh boy. Yep.
What?
Thank you.
why you asking Cookie Daddy for stuff, huh?
Screw it. Have one of those.
Natural 20.
Natural
Natural.
20. You hear a... How do I put this? Alright. There's a metal on skull kind of sound, like a... And there's a... And you see a body hit the floor outside the gate. And then as soon as you see the body hit the floor, you can see our gnomish friend Squiggles grab it by the arm and drag it into the manor area as he's just kind of like knocked somebody out that was hanging out on the outskirts of the courtyard.
Huh.
Huh.
Like, just you're trying to go, huh. Okay. I feel like you might have another visitor soon, Professor.
I've been expecting Squiggles. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that was him, I think.
Yeah, and Squiggles is bringing this poor boy or body or whatever it is. It's some commoner for all we know. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let me grab that. And as the door swings open, Squiggles drops the body at the door and says, "Hey, Professor! I made it in finally! Found somebody snooping around your yard. You might want to take care of the dirt that's rotting outside." And that is probably where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Yeah.
Alright.
So we can figure out what that nonsense is next week. Hopefully, Stony, if you feel better, you could join us next week. We'd love to have you back. And now we got a new player with us. It's fun to have extra people who can join in. Join us next week at 7 p.m. for Elsparia to Space. On Tuesday, it's a day off, so I might be doing some streaming, either games with myself, like Scarlet and Violet. I might do my spin lock, I don't know yet, or I might play some... I think we were talking about, what was it?
Tiny Tina.
Tiny Tina, yeah. Well, we're gonna fire up Tiny Tina and get back into that and see how that goes. I know Nightmare says he's got it. I know Cookie's got it too, but I don't know if Cookie's busy or not. But all of you are welcome to join in. I don't know the time we're going to start, so if you want that time, check the Discord, !Discord. Wednesday, 6 p.m., Radiant Citadel. Join us for more D&D action. Cookie gets the DM. I get to be a player, and you can enjoy making my life either a miserable hell, or you can make it beautifully bliss by using your Dixper cards, or buying boons, banes, advantages, disadvantages. Well, no, not boons and banes. I apologize. That's not what we do. And Friday at 6 p.m. is our open roleplay. And if you would like to hop in on that, !Help in Twitch chat. And you can join in on the D&D fun. You can even play D&D with some of the fine folks that are here tonight. So join us for Dungeons and Dragons throughout the week, and also some gameplay from other things like Black Desert Online, Tiny Tina's, maybe some Diablo 3, all kinds of fun games out there, guys. We're going to be playing Community, and also we're going to try to come up with a community movie night and try to figure out something for that. I would love to have you guys come check that out. Maybe we could pick a movie on YouTube or something that we can watch, or Netflix, and I could stream it for us, and then we all watch, and then we have a text chat where we type about the movie or what we're experiencing at that moment. It's going to be fun. We're trying to do new things in the community, and I hope you join us. Make sure you are followed. Join the Discord. We'd love to have you here. And say goodnight to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube and everything else where I plan on putting it. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night,
Night,
everyone.
everyone.
All right, my friends, we're gonna go find someone to raid. You know the rules. An 8 ball. Unfortunately, I didn't have that on the right screen, but there you go. I put it on that right screen so we can catch that on the way out. Join us next time. We're gonna go find someone to raid, guys, and make sure you ask them, do you hear the calling?